We're here. We're...
We're queer.
I was going to say, like... it's just how my brain auto-corrected the next line. I was like, but that doesn't apply to me. Yeah, look at these nerds. This is the most professional start to a stream.
You shouldn't be saying that word, Nick.
Which one?
You know the word.
We.
Oh, we.
Yeah,
okay.
we.
Yeah, piss.
You're not royalty.
I should be saying piss.
But you know what we should be saying? Happy birthday, Nick.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, everyone, we are ready to go. Let's get started. We've only lost 25 minutes. That's my bad. Okay.
Remember, if you're a kobold out there, there's a chance that you have to make a DC 5 save to not be possessed by nilks.
DC 5.
All right. I'm starting now.
So French kobold will get a...
3, what did I just say? I swear to God. Right.
We're working on a time limit.
Choking thick dust drops in sheets like rainstorms on the horizon. A heavy weight, cold, presses on your chest and pins you down. Your fingernails are clogged with dirt and broken glass. Blood fills your mouth and there's ash in the air. A ringing in your ears subsides, replaced with eerie silence, broken occasionally by shifting rubble, as you awake trapped under a collapsed building. What's the first thoughts that go through your minds?
Oh God, not again. Not again.
I would very likely just be confused, because at least from my perspective, a moment ago I was not in this situation.
This is not how I died.
This is the second worst way I've ended up on the floor.
You are able to sort of shift some of this rubble, this piled stone that's on you, enough that you can sort of get up, and you find the four of you sort of getting up simultaneously in what is a collapsed shop. You're not 100% sure where. Outside, there's this dense, thick orange fog that's tinged with little specks of golden light that swirl everywhere and make finding where you are very difficult. But you're definitely in a shop. You can tell that by the pricing board on the back that mentions potions and various other things.
That's what the pricing board says. Potions, various other things.
Well, it says potion of healing, 50 gold pieces. It says potion of fortification, 150 gold pieces.
Don't get our hopes up. The building is collapsed. We know all of the potions have been broken.
Well, it depends. If you want to have a search, you can always do that.
Yeah, I'd like to look for potions.
Okay, give me a wisdom roll, please.
While this is happening, I would actually like to try to get my bearing. I want to look outside the door to see what's going on.
Sure.
Right. Just to check. So this is my wisdom modifier plus my level, isn't it?
That's right, wisdom plus level, and if you can argue a background of some kind for this, you can have a background bonus.
Okay, so could I argue coffee fiend, because coffee's kind of like a potion?
Yes, but only because it is one of the stupidest backgrounds I've ever seen that will not come up very often.
Three? What kind of background is coffee fiend?
I think that's self-explanatory.
I know.
I feel like it's self-explanatory, really.
21.
Was your character drinking coffee before they were an adult?
Yes. She has an academic background, so absolutely yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that your character's history did not start after the age of 18. There's like nothing notable happened until then.
You get 3 potions of healing and 2 potions of fortification. Now, a potion of healing in this system lets you spend a recovery to normally you would rally for it. It lets you spend a recovery. It is a quick action to use it on yourself. If you are using it on someone who is dying, it's a full action. But that gets them back up. Obviously, pretty standard. A potion of fortification, if you drink it, for the rest of the encounter, you have +1 to all saves. Which is very helpful because you don't add modifiers to saves in this.
Okay, I'm going to hold up a potion, look at the rest and say, well, would any of you like one of these? I know an adventuring party when I'm stuck in one. Again.
Everyone is like wearing armor and equipment. Well, not armor. No one in this party is wearing armor. Everyone in this party is wearing equipment of various kinds that does make them look like adventurers.
Can I get the thing I asked for before?
Yes.
I'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. So you go to take a look into the fog. So surface level, what you see here. This fog is very dense. You're in a city. You're definitely in a city. Most of the buildings have collapsed around you. In fact, basically all of them have, and there's bricks strewn across the ground. Let's see. Have you ever been to Korakii before?
I have, in fact. My character specifically came to Korakii before all this happened. Yeah. Because she was looking into possible rumors of a magical well forming.
Give me a wisdom check, please, and we'll see if you can recognize where you are. Or intelligence. It's one of those two.
I will take intelligence if you're going to give me the option.
Yeah, absolutely.
And can I argue, because I am very much an experienced traveler, that I can add my background to this?
Oh, definitely. This sort of experienced traveler absolutely works to trying to find where you are in a city. That 100% works, yeah.
Okay, so that's 15 plus 9. That's 24.
24. You are on Silver Street. New Silver Street. Which... It's really bad to be naming places Silver Street in Korakii. It really is. But you know that this is the sort of the artisan quarter, right? This is where people make beautiful items. This is where most of the shopping is. Most of the sort of the high tier shopping is, where you'll find the nicer things. This is where you would find a magic item shop if there was one in the city, and there was one in the city, and is the very opportune or important word there.
I'm assuming I'm looking outside, and where there was a magic item shop, there is now rubble.
Yes, there is. And as far as your eye can see, which is not very far, it's about 300 feet is as far as your eye can see at the moment because of the dense fog. It is just rubble all over.
So we're learning lore-wise that there is some kind of omnipresent force at the height of reality that just really hates the Silver Street.
You're learning. You can learn that for now.
Fuck you, artists.
It may be a little bit more of Korakii is gone than that. But yeah, certainly Silver Street is annihilated. So we've heard from Absolute and Seras. What are Storm and Heros Mortem doing?
I say, anyone able to help me find my companion? I could have sworn that I had one following me, although my memory's a bit hazy, for I cannot seem to recall how I came to be in this particular shop with, well, quite frankly, any of you.
Well, if you're anything like me, you died.
Oh no, I knew that one straight away. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I'm a bit more limb than ligament right now.
I think you all hit your head a bit hard. We obviously haven't died.
And you would be the authority on that, would you?
I mean, I'm clearly alive, aren't I? I've seen more than my share of death, and let me tell you, outside of maybe a necromancer or two, the dead don't get back up.
Well, surely you've seen people... Surely you've seen people brought back from the dead? This magic is
Yes, I am going to need to preview that later once we find my companion, depending on how together my companion is.
You're a necromancer by trade?
Oh no, not by trade. In life I used to be quite the noble paladin, Mortem. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Never heard
Have
of you.
I heard of him?
No.
Well then perhaps you've heard of my deeds ever since my resurrection as the noble necromancer, Mortem.
Again, no.
No, sorry.
Well, I suppose someone needs to learn a legend for the first time.
When Heroes
perhaps
Mortem
you've heard of me.
When Heroes Mortem mentions that he's a necromancer, Seras is going to take a step away from him.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not a necromancer because of my own will. Actually, I wonder if I can let you in on this.
It's not that. It's just that necromancy draws from magic that disagrees with me. That's the best I can say.
Oh. Well, rest assured that I'm not interested in any kind of nastiness. My necromantic powers were bestowed upon me by Morian itself.
I would still prefer if you stayed over there.
Well understood. While I'm standing over here, does anyone want to help me find my companion? They may be bones. I can't remember exactly how they were.
Well, I don't have much else to do. Absolute Clutch a Spell Right at your service. Maybe you've heard of me.
You haven't.
No.
As far as I can tell, you're just a bunch of nobodies. We have bigger issues there. It doesn't seem to be a city anymore.
Which one?
The city we're in?
Which is? I died in the
Korakii,
countryside, thank you very much. Oh.
The Sundered City?
Well, this isn't the homecoming I expected.
Did you all not know we were here?
No,
well, my memory's a bit...
Point, somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, quite. My memory seems to be rather fuzzy. Again, I don't recall ever convening with any of you, let alone coming to this particular location.
I remember I was in the city investigating, and then what happened next?
Who knows?
At this point, Storm's been kind of in the corner, sobbing uncontrollably this entire time because, oh my god, it's happening again. And so she gets up, quickly rolls her sleeves down, hiding some glowing gold, crackling lightning down her arms.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? And Seras
it's happened again.
Seras will begin approaching Storm. Are you okay?
You seem to be worse off than me. And that's saying something. I look pretty bad.
It's happened again. The sky fell.
I think you're fishing for compliments.
Oh, no. Have you not noticed my decaying flesh? I am incredibly not okay right now.
Enough of that out of you.
At all.
What do you mean the sky fell?
The sky fell on the city. Do you not see?
I see destruction out there, sure, but
it came from the skies. The heavens parted and the sky fell.
Seras
It's happened to me before.
Seras is going to step outside and look up.
You look up.
Do you need to step outside? Is there a roof?
There isn't much of a roof. There's a little bit, but yeah, you look up, and there are these swirly vortex-like clouds above you, but they're not like traditional clouds. These are made of the dust that you are inside. It's almost like you are inside a dust storm right now. And you can again see these little flecks of gold in this dust storm that catch. There's no sun. The sun can't pierce through this, but they're catching it almost like a light that isn't there and twinkling around you. And they look like stars in the night sky.
I think we need to get out of here.
Well, not before we find my companion. If we only find his head, we'll still be able to work with it.
Let's start with something basic. Introductions. You may call me Seras. I'm a traveling adventurer. And before you stands a young woman with red hair tied back into a ponytail, some grayish blue eyes, wearing long, kind of elegant robes and holding a very decorative staff. Slung around her shoulder is a very large sack that you can only assume is just filled with traveling supplies of some kind. It also has a bedroll tied to the bottom of the sack.
Unlike Heros, Mortem, and Absolute, she does look familiar. You hadn't heard of each other, but Seras looks familiar.
Something's starting to come back to me. Nothing in particular, but I have the faintest feeling that I perhaps know who you are.
Have I seen you somewhere before?
I doubt it. I just have one of those faces. It's more annoying than anything.
Fair enough. Speaking of faces, we really need to find my companions. I don't want to leave him here, only he's rather helpful.
Okay. Oh, Absolute, by the way, is a tiefling. She's got short, stubby horns on her forehead and a bit of a sort of a ridge. Very sort of basically she's got sort of a greyish bluish complexion, but some parts of it actually look sort of more like fair human skin tone. And she's dressed pretty formally.
She sure is.
And what about you, ma'am? Who are you? She says, looking at Storm.
Storm, you look at her. She's mostly just a pile of robes, but you can see some kind of just a faint light coming out of her sleeves, and you catch a glimpse of red dark eyes under a hood. She has a rather ornate dagger on her belt, but it's clearly never been used, and it probably never will be used. But it's there, and that's important.
There's a little piece of art there.
And
we got it from we went to the same smith. And Absolute sort of shows off her rapier.
While you compare swords in the ruins of Korakii.
And you said your name was Heros?
Yeah, you must have missed it the 2 times that I said it. My name is Heros Mortem.
Please describe your character, Pixel.
Heros Mortem is a human wearing fairly standard-looking traveling clothes, a shirt pretty much like this. He is not quite alive looking, looks rather on the corpse-like side. That is a condition of the necromancer class. You have to be just dead on some level. And fairly standard, long, wavy hair, although it's black with some grey streaks and a bit more disheveled than mine looks. Yep, that's about it. He reaches down, just like, oh, there's my staff. Well, we found that at the very least, but it would be helpful, again, if we found that companion.
Can I see any trace of his companion?
You've been sitting.
Give me wisdom.
Sorry, you've been sitting here talking about finding your companion. You have put no effort into finding this companion.
Well, yes, but in fairness, a building did fall on me. I'm pretty sure.
building fell on all of us. Get over it.
Hey.
I am over it, but my companion may still be under it, so we need to move with haste.
22.
22. Everyone's rolling really. I'm gonna have to up the DCs I've got on. I've written on this. God.
It's session 1. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I've got a natural. I've had 2 natural 18s in a race. So
okay.
I'm sure the other shoe's gonna fall.
With a 22, you find a skull, bleached white. It's quite an old skull. And it appears to be bodiless, but you've got the skull at least.
This what you're looking for?
Yes. How are you doing?
Does he get a response? At this point, how does the necromancer power work? Do you have to summon, or do you get a response immediately?
I mean, I presume given this particular situation, like the head is able to.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So you're holding your companion, your best friend, in your hands, and you go, yeah. How are you doing? And the skull opens for a second and goes, huzzah! I've been better. But Bully Chesterton is ready to go again.
Oh, God.
Wonderful. If there's a graveyard nearby, I'll find you some more bones and we'll get you looking, well, at least taller than you do now.
Fantastic. Nick, taller would be better. Back to about 6'4", like I used to be when I was alive.
Going to put him on my shoulder.
Nick, I need you to go into the shame hole for this.
This was regrettably my idea.
Yeah. Nick, do you realise what a pickle you put us in?
What a great time for adventure.
Indeed. And it would seem we found ourselves amidst one without even trying to find one.
I love it when that happens. Say, where are we going now?
Okay, if you two are done with your comedy act, we really should be getting to at least some shelter out of the city, hopefully.
And that is when, Seras, you notice these shambling corpses on the street. As the one with the highest wisdom modifier of the team, you notice them first. They look like zombies. I'm not going to lie, they look like zombies. But unlike most zombies, they are coated in gold.
In reference to Seras calling it a comedy act of just going to don't worry about that. That's Seras. Not too big on necromancy.
Well, I'll bite her goddamn nose off.
Oh, bully.
Will you two shut up? We have company. And Seras gestures to these zombies shambling outside.
Yeah. And
how'd I miss that?
They are approaching you. Relatively slowly. You don't think they've seen you, just that they're sort of shambling around the city in general. But they are getting closer.
Do these remind me of anything? Could I have maybe seen something like this?
The gold that they are coated in is also on your body.
Right, that's what I thought.
Do these appear to be like the zombies made from sort of Korakians, or do they just sort of look like random corpses?
They could well be made of Korakians. They're certainly not particularly old corpses, if they are,
Gonna say, after what just happened, Korakians and random corpses aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah, but I mean, are they dressed like locals, or are they?
They are dressed like locals. Yes.
Okay. So no one's casting a bunch of corpses from elsewhere.
Absolute would like to use their fashion sense.
They are indeed local to this area. They're wearing local dress, which you would know as you've lived. Well, at one point you lived here for a while.
Wow, too soon.
At one point I lived.
Well, out of interest, before we deal with these undead hordes, can anyone tell me what year is it?
Why, that's a good question. The year is...
Nick, what would be the calendar year?
Jesus Christ, of all the
I
questions
can
I
actually
expected you to
find
ask.
It
this.
is 50 years after the end of Guild of Icons.
It is 50 years after the end of the Guild of Icons. I
Okay,
believe
so
that
we're
makes
adding
it 1454, but that is a guess.
That is 1474. Yep.
Damn, I was close. 1474.
Okay.
Why, yes, it's
54
just
is
come to me.
mathematically appropriate for me.
1474.
When does Absolute last remember when being alive?
For Absolute, probably something like 1465.
I've been dead for a decade.
Oh, you've had a much better go of it than I have. I've been dead for, 51 years.
Again, none of us are dead. Most of us aren't dead.
Oh, I was dead as well. I was resurrected by Morian.
Yes, not resurrected, dead. In the afterlife, dead. No longer walking this earth, dead. Dead.
Yes, me as well. I awoke in my mausoleum very recently. Of course, my armor and my sword aren't with me because a mausoleum as fantastic as mine, naturally it was grave robbed probably the second it was left out of someone's sight.
Okay, a very odd perspective on things.
Where would I think would be a good place to take cover from not only the storm, but perhaps to hide from the shambling dead outside?
There's a lot of rubble around.
Why are you hiding from me?
Broken walls that you can hide behind and that sort of thing. You could also just move. You know, they're not moving very quickly. You could scrabble away and move somewhere else, and just hopefully let them go past you.
I don't suppose any of you are locals to this city.
Used to be years ago, but it's no home to me now.
This was certainly home to me, but this isn't exactly how I pictured returning.
Is there anywhere we can find shelter for now? Do you know of?
Would I know, GM?
I mean, you can think of many, many places that might provide shelter. All throughout Korakii. You know, mostly coffee houses, admittedly, but you can certainly think of a few.
Maybe building with the dusty grandfather clock.
Okay. Okay, so presumably I know this is sort of New Silver Street. Would I know where the nearest one is?
Yeah, there's one about quarter of a mile away. Won't take long to get to.
Okay, there's a coffee shop about a quarter of a mile away. It won't take long to get to.
Lie low. Have a pint of coffee and wait for the whole thing to blow over.
I think a pint would be quite tame for Absolute.
Honestly, as long as the building is still standing, I think that would be our best course of action for now.
Okay.
Find some shelter, get our bearings.
So, I am going to run this as a skill challenge. Skill challenges work a little bit differently in 13th Age. You are trying to move through the city undetected, okay? The way this works is I set a very, very high DC indeed to do that. You will not be able to hit it. But what you can do is you can accept a complication that I will offer you, and in exchange, you get to roll again. And if you roll lower, you add 2 to the number. If you roll higher, you take the higher number. So no matter what, it always gets higher, but the number you're aiming for is 40, which is very hard to hit. It's in fact pretty much impossible to hit without using a few complications. This is how the story sort of progresses as you go along. You are allowed up to 9 failures. Okay, if you get 40, you move through Korakii undetected and unscathed. If you can get 35, you go through Korakii undetected or unscathed, your choice. 30, you get through Korakii detected and lose 3d6 HP each. Anything less than that, you get through Korakii detected, you lose 4d6 HP each, and the enemies get reinforcements when they find you.
Okay. Can I?
But yeah, what you do is you just tell me what you want to roll. Tell me an attribute, tell me a background. I will tell you what the problem is after we've done the initial roll. I will tell you what the first problem is, and then it's up to you lot to tell me how you get over it. And those rolls contribute to your total.
Okay. Can I try intelligence? Just general intelligence, because I'm trying to think of a route.
Yeah.
And could I argue Iron-willed Korakii and Prosecutor, because local knowledge? Coffee Fiend, because we're headed to a coffee house. And Poet, because we're headed to a coffee house.
I feel like maybe one of those will fit, and that's the Coffee Fiend.
Yeah, you are not meant to be stacking these. You are meant to be picking one.
Just the faint trace of coffee beans on the air, and Absolute just floats up and starts moving towards them.
How much is your plus for Coffee Fiend? It's +2, I think.
Yeah, that's +2.
You can go for the Korakii Lawyer then, which is the +3, I think. +4?
Yep, +4.
+4. You go for that one then, because that does make sense for being able to navigate through here. Don't forget to add your level as well, and your intelligence modifier.
Okay, that's level. Okay, intelligence and level. +5, +4, +9. Let's go. That is a natural 6 for a 15.
15 is what we are starting at, everyone. You have 15 so far. So, I give you a choice. Currently, the swarm are bearing down on you. Absolute has gotten a little bit lost. The fog is disorienting, to say the least. And the fact that none of the buildings look like what they used to, they're all, completely mown down, mean that navigating is actually a lot harder than she thought it was going to be. Two options to deal with the this oncoming swarm. You can create a diversion, to distract them. Or you can use a dangerous mode of traversal, such as tunneling or the sewers. Now, if you do a diversion and you get 15 or less, you will be detected. You will no longer be able to escape undetected. If you do a dangerous mode of traversal and you do 15 or less, you're going to take 46 damage each.
Yeah, I don't want to find out what's in the sewers of Korakii if that place has been left alone for 50 years.
But if you go through the dangerous mode of traversal and get a 20 or more, you can each get 50 gold pieces.
Ooh.
There's benefits as well as negatives to these consequences.
We won't need spending money for the cafe.
I think I could probably make a pretty decent distraction.
I reckon I could get us through the sewers as a smuggler.
It's up to you on what you do. The only thing I will say is Absolute can't do anything until you've all taken an action.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose that comes down to, since we have two plans of action. Absolute, hear us. What do you two think we should do?
I really like the sound of the sewers. My Uncle George used to live there. Strange man.
Rather unfortunate circumstances. If I wasn't trying to move along with all of you, I'd be able to just slip into the crowd real easy with my not quite living appearance. As it stands, though, perhaps being away from the danger is better than staying up here. Also, it's rather dusty as well.
Okay then, Storm. We're following you.
All right, Storm, what would you like to roll?
Way. I'm thinking wisdom?
That makes sense.
Or knowledge of the sewers, and also my background as a smuggler.
Yes.
To have known the ways around.
That definitely works. Yeah, roll. Don't forget to add your level.
Mm-hmm. That is a 13.
A 13. A 13 is lower than a 15, so
it sure is.
Your 15 now goes up to a 17. It always improves. No matter what, it always improves. So 15 is now a 17. However, your roll is lower than Lower than a 15. So I'm afraid you each take 4d6 damage.
Ouch.
Which is a total of 14 points of damage.
Ouch.
As you're crawling through the sewers, and bits of the sewers are now also unstable, and there is a collapse, and you dive through, and you make good progress, but it comes at a cost. As you are walking through the fog again, so you come out of a bit of the sewers that's sort of cracked open, and there's this sort of small crater, and you come out into another part of Korakii. You see lights ahead, a red light in the fog. It is sort of zipping around quite quick.
You know, on introspection, going to say it was a rather silly move of us to just immediately come from a situation in which a building collapsed on us and go into a sewer of a city which surely has very poor infrastructure after such an attack, so that more stuff could collapse on us.
Well, excuse you, but my Uncle George designed the sewer system, and he was a professional.
Well, I'm sure whoever made whatever destroyed all of this city was a professional weapon maker as well. I assume.
Probably. Yeah. So it is down to Seras and Heros. There is a red light, looks almost like it's looking for something in the fog. What will you do?
Sand falls, everyone dies.
I am going to try to get it to not bother looking at us by saying, okay, follow my lead. I've been dead for a bit. Well, half dead for a bit. And I am going to kind of shamble around using my charisma. I do have some experience from my time sweeping in the stables, perhaps, of going rather unnoticed by people around me.
Yeah,
so perhaps
your time as a stable boy, that makes sense. I like that.
So then with the charisma, that would be...
Don't forget to add your level to it.
Yep, plus 9. 22.
22. So the roll is now 22.
Shit.
That's the total you've got to. That's good. That's an upgrade of 5 points over what you had before. So you're now at 22. You're not quite there yet, but you're at 22. You've got plenty more failures ahead of you that you can take. By the way, at any of these points, you can tell me you want to stop and take the score you've got and go. Just let me know if you want to do that. But that is a success. You're able to sort of convince this light, whatever it is, that you are not worth dealing with. There's nothing unusual here,
I just look like one of those old guys in Elden Ring who are carrying the staves, who are like just shambling along. It's not even worth the souls.
So what's the condition when we hit 30?
When you hit 30, you escape this sort of situation. You escape detected, and you lose health, but not as much health as you'd lose if you can't hit that amount.
Splendid work, by the way, hero. Being unremarkable.
No, you've not gotten my name. I'll say it for a 4th time now. My name is Heros Mortem.
As you say this,
look behind me and see
loudly,
the red thing. It's like...
The red thing stops, and it turns and approaches you, and it unleashes a loud klaxon sound, like a like anything, like what would happen if perhaps Hans Zimmer was holding the entire brass section and fell down the stairs. It makes that noise. There's a lot of brum going on and that sort of thing, and it's extremely loud.
Why, look at what you've done, Absolute.
Seras, this is over to you to smooth over. I will tell you 15 or less on whatever you do on this check, and the mob in the next battle has 5 more mooks in it. The mob is minions essentially, so there's going to be 5 more enemies.
Seras would probably use her magical abilities as a self-taught mage to. Can I say like I'm using like an at-will spell for like my skill check?
Sure, you'd have to still roll a skill check, but what I'll do is I'll give you +2 if it fits like particularly well.
Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to use the spell Deeper Waters to encase it in a water bubble to try to contain the sound, basically. To drown out its sound.
That's very cool. That's very cool. I tell you what, we'll use the... there's an attack roll associated with this, right? We'll use the attack roll as your skill check roll, essentially.
Is there an attack roll? Let me actually look.
It's worth double checking. Most powers in 13th Age have attack rolls associated with them instead of things saves.
Wisdom plus level plus or versus its physical defense.
So roll that, and this time the physical defense will be 15, and if you get a very high score, it'll increase your total as well.
Do I add my self-taught mage to this? It's up to you.
Yeah, go for it, because it's a skill check.
Oh, I do love rolling high.
Me too.
That's...
We don't like it when you're high.
It doesn't happen, but I love doing it. It doesn't happen, but...
that is a 27 total.
27 total. Okay, so your total is now 27. You've gone up another 5 points. And because you've beaten the number, the mob of golden zombies, which have a name, is very cool, and I'll tell you as soon as you meet someone who knows it. They wander past in a different direction. You're able to just silence the alarm.
This thing is encased in water, and like the water is like constantly like shaking and vibrating. Yeah. But, like none of the sound is escaping.
That's great. That's really smart. You've done your first 4 consequences, so you're all able to act now. You're at 27, so you're getting really close to already reducing damage by 1d6 and also cutting off reinforcements, which is really good. You are now... The fog here, wherever you're heading, the fog here is getting even thicker. You can barely see the ends of your arms, and you're worried that you might get lost. What are you going to do?
Okay, Absolute pulls a small quill from her pocket, holds it in the palm of her hands, and says, "William, could you look ahead for us?" And basically, I'd like to send my familiar out to scout, because it's got the scout ability.
Okay, you send Quilliam out to scout ahead. Do you know that birds don't tend to fly in, storms? in, blizzards?
Yeah, Quilliam isn't a bird. They're literally just a flying quill.
They're a feather pen.
Sure, but off Quilliam goes into the fog. What are you going to roll to make sure Quilliam can come back to you now?
Ayo, after all her years knowing Gargoyle, just like, did you know the birds don't fly?
It's true.
Grounded and surprised to learn this. Could I argue on Wolf Korakii and Prosecutor again? Because I'm basically giving an order to a subordinate.
You can argue that if you'd like. I'll also need an ability as well that you're using.
Charisma?
Charisma makes sense, I think. Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be an almighty 11. So what should I roll terribly?
Oh, I thought that was your roll for a second. I was like, that is bad.
Rolling at 20.
21.
21. It's lower than your 27, which means your 27 goes up to 29. Because it always improves bare minimum by 2. However, you have now gotten pretty lost. You all take a wrong turn and you realize that you just have no idea where in the city you are now. Who wants to roll this one? I will say if you get a 10 or less, I will be subtracting 5 from your total check.
Right, so what are we trying to do? Are there golden zombies still about?
So you are in such dense fog that you cannot see the way. You cannot see which way you're meant to be going, and you're so turned around that you don't even know which way is like north, south, east, or west anymore.
Could Seras use her natural connection to magic to try to find her bearings in this city? At the very least, walk towards some sort of landmark that she can sense?
Yeah.
Coffee's pretty magical.
Coffee is pretty magical, but also, you were specifically here to find a magical well, right?
Yeah, she's effectively trying to tap into the ley lines to find a path to go. Yeah. As magic tends to follow where people go.
Yeah.
The noble quest of trying to tap into the coffee well.
You could absolutely do that. That's really good. It sounds to me like does it sound like wisdom to you?
Yeah, that would probably be wisdom because that's my main casting stat.
It feels more, I suppose it feels more instinctive than intelligent casting is like formulas and going through recipes, whereas this feels like vibes based magic.
Is there a bonus to nat 20s in this game?
There is when you're attacking. Not here, but it does give you a very high score. What were you adding to this, by the way? Because we were adding wisdom,
Plus
but
10.
what background were you adding? Your magic, right?
The mage.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're up to 30, which means that now, bare minimum, you're going to only take 3d6 damage, and they're not going to get reinforcements.
So in 3 failures, which I believe we're going to be able to hit pretty easily, in 3 failures we could hit that 35, which is a good.
Yep. You have 4 failures left, so you can pick and choose, but that's really good going. You've made great progress.
Yeah, I say trying to get us up to 35 would be a good stopping point.
The Guild of Icons were always going to have 4 failures.
You traverse the fog using Seras's instinctive, almost like a form of detection of magic, to lead the way. But you come to this huge gaping crater, and this crater is just phenomenally large. It is probably the better part of like a half mile across. And there's like water pooling in the bottom. There are 2 ways across this. You can try going around the edge, which there's a risk of subsidence. There's buildings clinging to the edge. It's a tough go. Or you can try to traverse the rocky walls of like remnants of buildings that are falling into the center and come out the other side. What I will say is, if you go around the ledges, if you get a 15 or less, you're going to take 3d6 damage each. Oh no, the person rolling the check is going to take 3d6 damage. And your total score will be reduced by 5. You go for the walls in the center, 20 or less. The person rolling the check takes 3d6 damage.
So one of them has a lower check, a lower minimum we need to hit that has a greater consequence.
Yeah.
I think this may be on you, Talia. I'm not the most phenomenally physical character.
Wait until you hear about Talia's strength score.
I mean, you don't have, if you have some perhaps intelligence way to find a path through.
You have good. No,
good news.
It doesn't
have to hear about my intelligence score.
Talia's intelligence score. We have a strength score of 4 and intelligence score of 6. We are not dealing with a genius or a strong person.
Climbing climbing on a wall doesn't necessarily have to be a strength check. It could be like an intelligence check, looking for what you think is the best.
I'm sure a character that has spent most of their existence sedentary is going to be able to move fantastically.
My big point is there are arguments you can make for other better stats.
Yeah, you can argue a better stat. I mean, you've got good decks if you wanted to try and sort of use your ability to balance on things to get across. You're not stuck using strength in this case.
It's true. Which way do we reckon?
Personally, I prefer to go down the easier route.
Yeah, I mean, I'm nearly at half HP, so I'd rather not take any risks.
Yes, putting ourselves in a perilous situation didn't end well last time.
Alrighty then. Storm's gonna lead the way around the edge. I'm going to use Dex for your climbing and balancing. Could I add my background as a sailor for kind of balance on shifting terrain?
I think so. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense because it's like with your sea legs, you're good at balancing. You've been going across the mast and all that. Yeah. I think that all applies.
Yeah, cool. How is a 24?
Pretty good.
We don't take the negative consequence, which is the...
You don't take the negative consequence, and your score goes up by 2.
Hey.
So it's now
32.
32, yeah, 32. You were already at 30. You're at 32 now. So you're traveling across. As you get about halfway, you lurch to the side and slip and grab the ledge. Storm is currently holding on with just a few fingers grip. Who's left?
Absolutely just walks on by.
Yeah, fair.
I am going to I'm going to get Bully's head, and I'm going to kind of like finagle my staff so that Bully's head is like on tight.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to like hold it out over to, I forgot the character's name, I'm sorry.
Storm.
Would I be able to use Bully's attack roll to see if he can like bite onto Storm's clothes to help like pull?
Oh, you're gonna do like the toy grabby arm thing, but with Bully.
Yeah. Or like,
yeah, absolutely.
So I swear to God,
this is great.
Impressive. A necromancer's decent picker.
Finally, it's time for Bully to bite someone.
Bully does really good. It's 28.
28. Yes. Okay. I didn't even mention the complication on this one, which was that I'd put 5 more mooks in the mob because of the amount of time you'd waste. But no, you quick thinking. You put Bully's head on a scepter and shove it down, pull up Storm. Bully's like, really, really good. Your total is now 34. You get to the other side of this crater, and the fog is starting to lift slightly, and it's getting a little easier to see. And you're seeing just the sheer magnitude of the destruction around. Seras, your initial instinct that the city might be lost seems very true indeed. In the distance, there is 4 pinprick red lights that streak through the air in a sort of strange angular pattern. Like they'll jut forward, then stop, then turn, then jut and turn. But it's 4 of them at the same time, always moving.
Would I think this would be like some sort of like search pattern?
It looks like a search pattern, yeah, and it is heading your way.
Okay. I believe this is the last roll we need to make, so...
Have we all done something so far?
Yeah, any of us can make this final roll.
Yeah.
So they're looking for something, and the streets are full of golden zombies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell the rest of the group, like, quick, get behind me. And then I'm just going to... take kind of a lame posture, and I'm going to try and position myself in a way where there's like a light hitting against me. If there's any kind of like glass that's maybe shattered at an angle that's like refracting in some way to make myself shine a bit more. I think I have some history in the directing of lights.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense.
Right. That wasn't a very high modifier. 13.
13. The shape goes straight overhead, and a single ray of red light lances from the shape and strikes at you. I am going to attempt to attack you. So this is against your physical defense. I got a 15. That does put us
at 35, though.
It does put you at 35.
Oh, yeah, that's going to hit.
15 against your physical defense hits. Okay. Take 11 fire damage.
Hurts. Immensely.
As it goes past. And are you stopping there? Are you taking that? You're not going to take one more fit? There's no point.
New information. Don't get hit by those things.
Also, you can see up on one of the ruined buildings, up on the top, sort of lurched on the edge, there's this figure in a cloak.
God damn it, V.
Just the light of the ray illuminates for a second. There's a figure in a cloak there. And then quickly vanishes.
Yeah, I think
like a
unless somebody wants to try to has a way to roll the 40.
I don't think any of you can roll a 40, but that's 35, so that's really good. So you get to choose undetected or unscathed.
I prefer unscathed. We've all already taken some health.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are detected. The thing, whatever it was that shot at Heroes Mortem, is turning around and is coming back. But before it gets to you, there's another flare of light, and you see again the figure on a different rooftop this time, in hood and cloak, pulls off their cloak, and you can see a sort of early middle-aged tiefling with one horn and an eye patch. She stood horizontally on the wall and says, "Oh, hi. Name's Grounded Joyce of Walk. Nice to meet you. You're in trouble."
Would absolutely know who this is.
Yes. Anyone who's been in Korakii would know who this is.
But, yeah, I mean, of course, the Tricons are legendary heroes in Korakii.
Grounded Joyous of Walk, I say, you were one of the ones who saved Korakii from that whole negative sphere business, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
If I recall correctly, it rather was a big deal, and getting bigger by the moment.
Look, I need to get you all out of here. That thing, we don't want to mess with that. Sorry, hang on. What?
Yep.
What? All right. Sorry. Birdbrain says that we've got to go to somewhere high up and open. I spotted somewhere on the way. Follow me. Okay? But if an angel sees you, run. Run.
I think she's got a tiny bird in her ear.
Oh, of course we should. And as Seras begins following Grounded, she says, "I'm Seras. It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for the help there."
Hi, Grounded Joseph Ward. Nice to meet you. Wait, I said that.
And Seras smiles at Grounded.
Wait. Hannah?
I'm sorry. Who?
You look just like her.
I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. I'm Seras.
But
and I, for the 5th time today, because repetition helps it stick, am Heros Mortem.
Right. Follow me. High ground. Birdbrain's getting agitated. High ground. If an angel sees you, run, hide, don't try to fight it. You can't win. Leave it to me. Got it?
But yeah. For those who haven't caught on, Seras looks exactly like Hannah.
Exactly like Hannah.
Okay, question. Does Seras look exactly like Shay as Hannah, or exactly like Hannah?
Hannah. Although both would be the same. Really?
Actually, they wouldn't be. There'd be a bit of a year's difference.
Okay, ready to go? This will be fun. Well, as fun as running for your life can be. Okay, let's go.
Always a blast.
She takes off.
Really
and she's running fast.
This just becomes a parkour game.
Well, she's leading you. She's leading through. You are going to have to keep up with someone with a strength score that is in the 30s. Remember?
That's cool. I'm only a zombie on 5 hit points. If I summoned a mook, they would be more powerful than me right now.
The 4 red lights are coming towards you faster and faster. They unleash 4 more beams that strike the ground near you as you are running, but you make it to this pile of rubble, this massive pile of rubble. And actually, Absolute, you sort of recognize this used to be the Pravidium. You've actually managed to make it to roughly the center of the Sundered City, and this pile of rubble is higher than the others. There's no buildings around. Grounded runs up, stands at the top and says, okay, I'm there. What next? What? Yeah, but they're not. Oh, all right. Well, hurry. Change the plans. Birdbrain says he's using me as some kind of anchor for the port. So I'm not allowed to move or help or do anything fun. It's probably because of all the Midas. So try not to let me die. It's going to take a minute.
Do you usually talk to a bird in your ear?
No.
She's obviously using some kind of spell to communicate with another.
If I turn around, do I see the zombies approaching?
Oh, yeah. And the angel as well.
I don't recall the spell which the somatic components are pressing your finger against your ear.
It's a magical...
We can argue later. We have problems.
Oh, you sure do. Roll initiative, please.
Yippee.
Hey, remind me, how do you not roll initiative in this game?
You roll a d20 and add your initiative modifier.
Oh, yeah.
Not holding anything back. I've got 5 hit points and rolling initiative.
Okay, sweet. What's my initiative modifier?
Oh, I rolled great. 12.
Oh, that's my dex.
22.
21. Damn it. I was hoping to go first.
Natural 20 for a 24. That's the natural 20.
Very nice. Let me put some tokens down for you all. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put tokens down based on how I just sort of general vibes I feel about you. So, Heros, you're getting a skull.
Valid.
Storm, you are going to get... You can just have, like... I'll give you aberration. No, Storm, I'm going to give you wings. Let's see.
How do I set initiative?
Seras, you're getting a plant. It'll be done in a sec once I add you to the modifier. And let's see. What am I going to do for Absolute?
You might want to choose a different one for Storm because that's also one of the ones you have on an enemy.
Yeah, okay, fair. For Storm, I am going... Cleric is kind of close. There we go. You can have Cleric.
Yeah, why not?
What do I get? Because you just deleted me.
Whoops, that was an accident. Let's give you... You know what? I'm going to give you Barbarian, but from a distance, it looks much less like an axe and much more like a totem.
That's
or
fair.
Some other summon. We're going very vibes-based. So we'll put Seras on there, and then I will add you all to initiative. So your objective in this fight, survive.
Okay, hold the line.
I would like to.
Levin's always on time.
Okay, you should be able to add things. I've put an escalation thing on. I will roll for the cherub, which is the thing that was striking you and has now appeared, and for the Midas, which are your zombies. Classic. We start off with a 5 and a 2. Nick's back at it with the rolling.
Oh, yeah.
You're back on form, Nick.
Luckily, the cherub has
plus
12 to initiative.
Why is my initiative suddenly dropped down there?
Yeah, Storm has a 2 and Eros has a 1 on their initiative. Y'all should probably change that.
What is happening? You know what? I'm going to remove the escalation thing. It was just as a reminder for me to use it. There we go. That apparently just broke Albert. It was like, I don't know how to handle that. I will instead put down a little note. We're going to use a pink note that just has what the escalation die is.
Are we far too big in comparison to everything else?
Nope.
No.
You are correct size. The Midas are a little smaller.
Oh, okay. Also, I suppose, given the whole biting thing...
Yeah, you can have bully. Bully! Huzzah! Right.
If he doesn't shut up, I'm going to mount him to the figurehead of a ship.
Hey, good news.
Oh?
High witness time.
High witness time, yes. Let me also describe what you are facing. The cherub is a 4-faced, 4-winged angelic battle suit. Its chest bears a red star on a blue triangular background.
Is this Iron Man?
No, well, sort of. This is actually a biblically accurate description of a cherub. Be not afraid.
All faces aren't human, though, are they? One is.
Pixel Talia, your initiatives are at 2 and 1, respectively.
Yes.
Oh. Somebody changed that on me. I'm pretty sure I put in 22.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good news.
Same happened to me.
The current high weirdness.
Yeah.
You know, as we're getting ready to fight, the Storm's cracked skin starts to glow a bit, and you'll feel really great, actually. You feel energized for the fight. The champions shall inherit the dirt until the end of your next turn. Saves that fail count as if they succeed, and saves that succeed count as if they fail. So, good luck.
So successes are failures and failures are successes.
For saves?
Yes.
For saves.
For saves.
Okay.
Till the end of my turn.
Is that for all of us, or is it for the everyone involved?
It's for everyone. Yeah, global effect.
Wild. Fantastic. Okay. So this combat ends when the escalation dice hits 6. Okay? Survive until then. Keep grounded, walk alive if you can. She has 100 hit points. We go to Absolute.
As just the rumors say. And Absolute is going to... she's been quite frustrated for a while. So she's going to let some of that out. She's going to point at... would she want to point at the chair? Wait. Spell card.
Position-wise, everyone is nearby. While you're having a look at your spell cards, I will describe the battlefield a little bit. You are looking at gold-paved streets with brick, rubble, and broken walls. The rubble is uneven terrain. If you are stood in it, your physical defense is lowered by 4. The broken walls can be climbed over if you need to. It's a DC 15 strength or dex check to cross them. On a failure, you lose your movement and you end up on the side you're on because you just couldn't get over the wall. Being adjacent to a wall is going to give you +2 on your armor class and your physical defense against any ranged attack that crosses that wall. So could be useful for cover. The dust, it is thick. If a creature is far away, it is invisible. You also all gain 10 gold at the start of each round. So, everyone had 10 gold.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
As you are in the Midas-infused dust.
What consolation for my imminent re-death.
What wonderful consolation, yeah.
Okay, so absolute just sighs. And the look of frustration just sort of getting through the sort of veneer of calm in her face. She points at the cherub, and a bolt of lightning emits from her finger. So that's charisma plus level versus physical defense.
Okay.
Natural 2, of course, for a total of 9.
That misses, I'm afraid. The bolt just goes off to the side, I'm afraid. Bad luck. Anything on a miss? Because many things do things on misses.
Oh, yeah, half damage on a miss.
There you go. So it's still sort of... the main chunk of the bolt doesn't hit the cherub, but it goes pretty close and, like, crackles at it.
Oh, yeah, and it's also a chain spell. Is that odds or evens? Remind me.
I'm not the sorcerer player.
Fair point.
Should say in the book, though.
Yeah. Should say on my spell cast, but I forgot to write it down there.
No worries. I'll have a look while you're rolling damage.
Yeah, that's 3d6 plus charisma. Okay, not bad. 13 plus charisma. That's 17 points of damage, which would halve to 8 because it doesn't round down. I mean up.
It does not round up, I'm afraid. So yeah, so that's 8 points of damage. Chain. When you attack with a chain spell and get a natural even roll, you can roll another attack against a different enemy within range.
Okay. Yep. I rolled a 2, so I guess I can roll another enemy within range. You said they're all close.
They're all close. They're all nearby. Yeah, they're all nearby.
Sorry. Okay, I guess I'll go for this Midas.
Okay.
Okay, that is much better. A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. What's the natural?
13. So this won't chain.
Okay. So how much damage?
I'll roll that.
You should have it written down for this, right?
Oh yeah. We're doing average damage, aren't we?
We are, unless you crit.
Oh yeah. So that's 3d6. So that average out. Sorry, I completely forgot to write that on my character sheet.
3d6 averages to 10.
Yeah, 10 plus 4 from my charisma, then 14.
14, okay. 14 damage. Delete that mook, please.
With pleasure. Voice in my head.
So the way minions work in this system is it's almost like there's a swarm that has total hit points for every, and I'm going to tell you this right now because it just makes everyone's life easier. For every 10 hit points you do to the mob, you can delete a minion. So if you do 80 hit points of damage to one minion, it doesn't matter. You've killed 8 minions. So, yeah, it's all good fun. Right, that's your main action. Yep.
I don't think I've really got anything else. So I'll just stay put for now.
Okay, makes sense. All right, we go then to Heros Mortem.
Okay. What has the lowest HP of the things that we're facing right now?
The Midas.
Right, well then I'm going to use Chant of Endings on the Midas.
Okay.
That is a 21.
A 21? A 21 against what defense?
Versus their magical defense.
Okay, against mental.
A mental defense, that's
that
it.
Definitely hits, yeah, roll some damage.
Hey, Nick.
Don't need to roll. It's 17.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Nick, question. Do you still have the Hannah token?
I do, actually. Yeah,
Could you replace me?
Let's get you the old hand token. That's a good point. Where's good icons? Yeah. So Pixel, just while we're doing this, you can kill 2 mooks.
Ooh. I'm going to kill that one, and I'm going to kill that one.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then I am going to send Bully over to this one.
Okay. So Bully moves over to there.
Then Bully is going to make an attack. Ooh, now listed attack and damage released from melee attacks. I'm trying to figure out what it targets. If it's melee, does it just target AC?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well that's 16.
It targets
hits.
AC unless it specifies otherwise.
Okay, and what is Bully's average damage? 6.
6. Okay, so Bully runs in and presumably bites this Midas coated zombie. It does not take enough damage to die, so it is still up.
But it is engaged.
Bully's found 2 little skeletal feet, so he's just like the skull and the feet, like tapping, like running over.
Like one of those little like chittery wind up mouth toys.
Yeah.
I know this is anime and it's illegal to reference, but it's like Buggy the Clown when he's missing his limbs. He just has the arms and feet.
No idea what that is.
God, watch One Piece, you losers.
I don't have the time.
Anything else, Seras?
Nope, that's going to be it for me.
Okay, we go to Seras.
Okay, sweet. Seras is going to hold up her staff and she is going to begin to shout, "Protector of the weak, hero of justice, come to our aid. Summon the White Knight Shade. Night White Shay, as I summon the White Knight." Do you have a Shay token that you can put on the field?
I mean, it's just another Hannah token, isn't it?
Oh, I thought there was like a token for like the Shay form, the changeling.
I don't have it stored at the moment, the changeling Shay form.
Oh well,
I will get that for next time. I will definitely get that for next time.
Yeah. And I'm going to summon the White Knight at 5th level because I can do that.
But for the meantime, we will have a White Knight. There we go. Obviously, you can position a White Knight where you need.
Yeah. Where's the White Knight?
Right next to Seras.
Sweet. I'm going to summon it in front of the cherub.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely.
And the White Knight is going to take its turn immediately after mine.
Okay.
Which is going to be now because that's my main action. I have nowhere else to move, really. Nothing else to do, really.
That's great.
So, yeah. The turn it's summoned, the summon does act as if I use my action to command it. So I apply my Summoner's Boon to it. In this case, I'm going to give it Inspire, so it gains bonus to any of its saving throws equal to its my Charisma modifier. So it gets +4 to its saving throws.
That's really good. That's really good.
Turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Is it really good though?
I mean,
right
it's
now?
bad this turn.
Oh yeah, it is bad this
It's really bad this turn.
Thanks, Wild Magic. High weirdness. Sorry, high weirdness. Legally distinct.
Yes, legally distinct.
Okay, so the White Knight is going to engage with the cherub.
Yep.
And it is going to attack. This is a very simple. 27 to hit.
Yep, that hits regardless of defense.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, sweet. It takes 20 damage.
20 damage. Very good.
Wow.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
You've got something that averages to 20 damage.
Okay, so I have a feat called Intense Bond. One of my summons, I get to summon it at 5th level rather than 3rd level.
Yeah.
I'm summoning this 2 levels higher than everyone else on our team.
Yeah.
It has a plus 12 to attack, plus plus 20 to damage.
Yeah.
Or it has 20 to damage.
You're just making me look worse. Bully is in better shape than I am right now.
It's Cherub's go.
Right.
Oh, no.
Also,
anything
I
else?
need... I'm assuming I'm just going to roll this now. It's recharge because it's not daily. It's recharge.
No, recharge is at the end of your battle. So it's you roll to see if it comes back at the end of the battle. There are some spells that are recharged mid-battle, but only sorcerers get those.
I was just going to roll it now because just so it's out of the way.
Oh yeah, I mean you can if you want. Everyone else will probably be rolling theirs at the end of the battle, but you can roll it straight away if you need to. Okay, we go to the Cherub. The Cherub has a unique feature called Winged Alacrity. It pops free at the start of its turn.
Damn it.
And now I roll a d4 to see which face is currently active.
That's
the face of joy! So this smiling face rotates around and it is grinning at you and it heals 30 hit points.
Boo.
Oh, trust me, the others are worse.
Nick, go into the shame hole, please.
Back into the shame hole. It is then going to fly forwards and it is going to unleash 4 blazing lances from each of its wings. Thum, 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 thum. One is going to Absolute, one is going to Heros, Mortem, one is going to Storm, and one is going to White Knight.
Question, it's not currently engaged, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
No, it got to break free of that for free.
It got to break free. It pops free because of its winged alacrity. Angels get to break a lot of rules.
Is this an attack roll?
This is an attack roll. It is a ranged attack. It is against physical defense, so please subtract 4 from your physical defense, anyone who's currently stood in the rubble.
You started us in the rubble.
I did start you in the rubble. You've all had move actions except Storm.
This is technically a bonus.
No, because this isn't a save.
No, it's only saves. Yeah.
Right. So, first of all, let's go against White Knight. Against White Knight, that's 25.
That hits.
Against Absolute, that is 23.
Yep, that beats my physical defense, which is currently 11.
Against Storm, natural 20.
It probably hits, yeah.
And against Heros Mortem, 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, I didn't miss anyone, so that's a shame. I don't get to do the cool thing I do want to miss. Storm and Absolute. No, Storm and White Knight, you both got natural 16 plus hits, so you take ongoing 10 fire damage. Please make a note of that.
Mm-hmm. But how much damage?
You also take everyone hit takes 11 damage, except for Storm. You take 22 fire damage.
Okay, I am.
Nick,
saving throws.
What was the natural roll of that?
Against Absolute, you had a natural 12.
Okay, cool. Let me just double check.
Storm's down, by the way.
Storm's down?
Yeah.
Told you, the objective is survive. I didn't say I'd be making it easy.
Harris is down.
The objective would be a lot easier if this boss actually followed engagement rules.
You can intercept, but it is a ranged thing.
Okay, what's the damage again?
11 for you.
Okay, I'm still up.
Okay.
And the White Knight is definitely still up.
The White Knight is still up. Those who were natural even hits, that is Absolute, White Knight, and it was also Storm. Can you please note down that the Cherub's crit range against you is increased by 1, so it will now crit on natural 19s.
Oof.
That is its go. It zooms to another part of the map. But yeah, that is its go. Storm, you're down.
Wait.
Yeah?
How much damage was it for me?
22.
22.
22. Okay.
Okay, so this is very funny because this is going to be a save and it's a hard save, so you now have much more chance of passing it.
I do.
Because normally, to pass a death save, you need to get a 16 or higher. You need to get a 15 or lower on an unmodified d20 to pass. If you pass a death save in 13th age, you can heal and get back up. Okay, roll me that save.
It's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay. Yeah, you use a recovery to return to consciousness and heal up the number of hit points you rolled with your recovery.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, amazing. Yeah, you use one of your recoveries, roll it, and add the hit points.
I do. I have 9 hit points. Hell yeah.
Not bad.
9.
You're straight back up.
I am. You know what? I'm gonna. I currently. So. Yeah, Storm's kind of flickering a little bit. Because she has a Void Warp active. So I'm going to use my movement action to teleport.
Okay. Yeah. You teleport through the void?
Way over here.
To way over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use my new favorite spell name ever, Blarg.
Yep, you use Blarg. What happens when you use Blarg?
Lots of things. This is fun. So I target 1d6 nearby enemies.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
6 nearby enemies. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna attack. Is the cherub still nearby?
I would say the cherub is probably now far from you, but all those 3 Midas are definitely nearby.
Okay. Well, I will target them. And then I think I have to roll separately for each one.
Yeah, you'll do a separate attack on each one, but you will do 1 damage roll. Oh, well, you won't do damage roll anyway, because it's average damage. I just keep saying it automatically. It's there. It's built into me.
I got an 11, a natural 20, and a 26.
Okay. All of those hit.
So all of those hit. Cool. So 2 of them take...
Sorry, actually, the 11 doesn't hit. This is against AC, right?
Against physical defense.
Okay, the 11 doesn't hit, but the rest do.
Okay, well, the one that was a normal hit takes 25 damage. And also, Oh
wait, question, Nick. The angel, is its attack a holy damage?
It is. No, sorry, it's fire damage.
Fire? Damn it, never mind. Because the white knight resists holy.
Ah.
So yeah, it takes 25 damage, and it's also hampered until the end of my next turn. Okay. And the other one was a crit, so I have to roll that one, right?
You have to roll this one. Roll double the dice.
Hell yeah.
I'm just going to keep adding this on because this is going to a mob. You're going to be killing multiple creatures with this.
Yes. So 12d6 plus 4 is 51. Plus also Touches, my favorite spell. The target is weakened, save ends.
You what, Talia? Hold on. We don't need to continue. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of the Midas are down. You've obliterated all of them. They're all in the same mob. It doesn't matter if they're not in range of your attack. You still managed to do it. Can you please narrate to me how you delete every single one of the Midas?
Let me check if there's any directionless. There is not. You know what?
It doesn't matter about directions.
And the glowing cracks up Storm's arm just radiate.
Wow.
White as this gold lightning flies out and just envelops the Midas.
One more thing. Can Bully Chesterton make a normal save, please? Because the zombies are popping and there's this gold dust unleashed from each and every one of them.
Oh boy. Let's see what Bully's saves are like. It may just be a flat thing.
Yeah, it is. Saves are almost always flat things until you do get some benefits saves sometimes, but yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of saving throw.
Yeah, they don't exist.
Saving throw from 10.
A 10 would normally be a failure, but is now a success. Thanks, Storm.
I'm pretty sure he has something to say about that.
Huzzah! Bully Chesterton does it again. Survives another explosion.
Oh, I thought I was just going to say it's Bully.
And doesn't take 1 damage for every 10 gold that he has in his inventory.
He doesn't have any gold.
He has 10. You all gained 10 gold at the start of this round.
I like
it's literally in the air. It is attaching to you.
Hey, Nick, you should probably remove the Midas from the initiative order.
Nope. Probably shouldn't. But wow.
And
incredible.
Yeah, the save thing has ended.
Okay, the save thing is ended. Storm, one last thing, I'm afraid. You take 10 fire damage.
I do. Which means I get to go back down.
You drop back down, and now can you please make a save?
Yes.
To avoid fire damage, you need a 10 or lower. You need a 10 or no, because that's just ended. You now need an 11 or higher.
Yes. Wait, is this part of my turn?
It is the end of your turn, so it is still on. It is at the end of your turn as well. Usually saves are the absolute last thing that happens, but I think having this high weird to still be in effect just makes sense for this. So go for it.
If it's 10, I can just flip a coin, right?
No. It's ever so slightly different because now you want 10 or lower. That is
True. Yeah.
Technically speaking, slightly easier. I think.
Yeah. Well, I got a 7.
You got a 7. No longer taking ongoing fire damage. That's cleared from.
Yeah.
Well done, everyone, for getting to the end of the first round.
You drop to the ground, just a fire. You roll in such a specific way, it goes out.
The escalation die has now hit a 1, everybody.
I thought it started on 1.
No, it starts at 0. Escalation die, starts at 0. It is now hit 1. You will now add 1 to all of your attacks. All of your attack rolls.
10 gold.
Also, everyone gets 10 gold. But we're going to take a break here because it's break time. We're back. We're on the map. Everything's ready to go. We're top of the round, so the escalation die is now 1. I assume, do we have more high weirdness that happens? Oh,
no.
Shit. You know what happened, Storm? You got critically hit.
Yeah.
You roll high weirdness on a critical hit.
Oh, you're right. I do.
Not when you get a crit, when someone crits against you.
Yeah. That's true. Good news. Current weirdness, roll the escalation die and use the new result.
Oh, shit. That might have just saved your life. It's at a 1 right now. Can you please, can you please roll this in owlbear? Can you roll me a d6 in owlbear?
Yes.
I want to know, because if the escalation die is a 6, it's game over and you've won. Okay, it's now a 3. Escalation die is now a 3. This combat has reduced by 2 rounds. This survival.
Everybody adds 10 gold, and everyone except for God damn it, it's the one Storm. Everyone except Storm, add another 10 gold to your companion.
Yeah.
60 gold. Don't get hit by the Midas things.
The Midas arrive.
I'll see. Okay, did death save roll.
Should have had a cute sidekick. You're missing out on massive profit. It's because they're so marketable. That's why.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, that's a lot of them.
2, 4, 6, 7.
I bet I could do it in one hit.
9, 10. 10 Midas arrive.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, they're here. They're going to go at the Midas' normal turn. We turn to Absolute. It's your go.
Okay. Absolute is going to turn to Heros, roll her eyes, and say, "As much as I enjoy you being a bit more quiet," and she's going to pour a healing potion down his throat.
Wow. I can't believe this.
It's your recovery plus 1d8.
Yep.
Should I roll the d8 or?
Heros can roll it. So roll your recovery dice plus 1d8.
Okay, so that's going to be 1. Is it 1 or 3d6? I think it's
3.
It's 3d6.
Okay, so
3.
3d6. 2, 1, and 2, 5. And then 1d8. 7.
Constitution or something.
Believe you do add your constitution. Let me
I don't have a constitution modifier, and that suits me just fine, because if you do have a constitution modifier as necromancer, bad things happen.
That's true. Yeah, you're not allowed to have a constitution modifier as necromancer.
Yeah, you actually benefit from having a negative one.
Yep.
So I'm just under 1 point from having a positive constitution modifier. I don't want that.
Okay, that is my action. I don't think I have anything else.
Ironically,
roll dice equal to your level, add your constitution modifier as well. So, Storm, if you didn't add your constitution modifier, do add that when you got back up.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's Sarah.
Yeah, ironically, rolling really well for all of my stats almost fucked me over.
Yeah, it almost did. Heros, you're back in the land of the living, in quotes. Wonderful. Also, for those of you who have rolled recoveries, do mark off that you've used 1 recovery. That is actually gone from your budget.
I am. Actually, can I, I'll also use my, quick action to take a potion myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that's 3d6. Wait, no. What's my recovery?
Bear in mind also, if you don't have potions in your inventory, you can use a standard action to take a recovery as well. You can do 1 of those per battle. You can actually do more than that, but you have to do a check to see if you're able to benefit from it.
Yeah, we can rally as a standard action.
Yeah, rally is a standard action, and that's why the potion is a quick.
19. Yep, that's pretty good. I got 19 health back.
That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's great. Wonderful. So yeah, you heal up. Would you like to do anything else?
On the one hand, I should consider moving out of this rubble. On the other hand, someone needs to stay near grounded.
Oh, don't worry, I have a plan for grounded.
Okay, in that case, I'm getting the heck out of here.
Battle plan 1, just kill her.
Yep, that's plan 1. Kill her and curry favor with the cherub.
Yep. Okay, so absolutely, yeah, you move onto more stable ground, so your physical defense is no longer reduced by 4. Fantastic. That was your movement, quick action, and standard action, so we will go to Heros Mortem. Heros, you're back.
Yeah, I'm going to let Bully take up the charge first, though.
Okay.
And have a really bad idea.
Huzzah! I'll show them what for. This bully runs in, well, skitters in on those little feet.
Yeah, just like two skeleton feet with the skull on top going up against this thing.
I have an important question for Nick.
Yep.
Because my summons don't have their own recoveries, if they use something that uses one of their recoveries, does it pull from my pool?
It does, yeah.
Okay, I just need to know that.
Yep.
That is 22.
22 against armor class, I'm assuming?
Yep.
That hits.
Okay, well, the cherub takes 6 damage.
Okay, cherub takes 6 damage.
And between the cherub and the Midas, which one would you say is lower health?
The Midas, definitely.
I didn't want that to be the case. Not because anything mechanically, just because it hurts to hear.
I'm afraid the cherub does have more than 10 hit points remaining, yes.
All right.
100 remaining.
Here is hoping that we can succeed on this. It's another chant of endings.
Ooh, here we
That's
go.
An 8.
That is an 8 against mental defense, though, right?
It's an 8 against mental defense.
That hits.
How?
They're not very, like, mentally there, the zombies. You know, they're not known for that. Acuity, not a thing.
Okay, well then that's going to be 17 damage.
17 damage. Please remove a Midas. Oh, shit. Okay, that Midas explodes. All right. That one's fine. That one explodes.
Are we sure Bully isn't Defos? No, that would be a much better idea for a character.
That one explodes. That one explodes.
It's a chain reaction.
It's a chain reaction. I specifically wrote this to be a chain reaction. That one doesn't explode. Last one in this. That one explodes. Fuck!
I don't know why you're so obsessed about this, Nick. You wrote it.
I know. I just thought it would be funnier if you were all right next to them when it happened. That one survives, and then...
Did you plan this before you learned that the party was all casters?
That one's fine. No, well, they can run in. Like, it's a movement action to get next to you. They've just got to be able to... If I'd rolled a better initiative, this would be a completely different combat, I tell you that. Okay, there are 4 Midas left as they go... Boop, 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 boop,
Hang on. Did they only make one save?
Yes, you don't make multiple... They don't make multiple saves from this in one turn.
Okay.
Once you've made a save from it, you are immune until the next turn.
You know, so Heros gets a staff and he raises it aloft and starts like swinging it back and forth. And as it hits like the peak of either side, it kind of like sounds like a bell. And, you know, it's just make something spur within the zombies, I guess, like the sense of imminent dread and mortality that bursts out.
It's resonance, and then they literally just explode. And a good 6 exploded there because I can't roll for shit. I had to get a 10 or higher. Great.
Man,
really
you really
work.
wish that the wild magic was still in play, huh?
I do wish. I do wish that.
And then I'm going to stand over here.
Yep. Okay. Seras.
Cool. Seras is going to use her quick action because I could do this for this spell at 3rd level to cast Blur on Grounded War.
Very nice. Okay. That's really cool.
Blur, for the rest of the battle, or for 5 minutes, attacks against the target have a 20% chance to just outright miss.
Ooh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. And
this does not go away. This is for the rest of the battle.
Yeah.
There's a 1 in 5 chance that an attack will... If an attack hits, it'll miss regardless.
Yeah. So we'll just do that. If an attack's coming for Grounded Walk, we'll roll a d10, and on a 1 and a 2, it just doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Anything else?
Seras is going to take her turn to probably take cover over here.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to use her actual main action to command the White Knight to make its move.
As a reminder, by default, it might be slightly different with the Aeon Summoner, but by default, summons do not benefit from the escalation die.
Summons Aeons do benefit, but only for what the escalation die was at when they were summoned.
0.
Oh, that's right. It should be on the escalation die.
However, the White Knight does have a special thing where if the escalation die is currently on an even, it can use Lay on Hands at will.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's on an odd at the moment, but, next turn, which you'll need it again then. So, yeah. And on the plus side, it's a lot closer to the end of the mission, so...
Yeah, okay. And it then becomes the White Knight's turn, because it moves immediately after me.
Yep.
What do I roll to... Well, it takes the 10 ongoing damage. What do I roll against that? Or is that at the end of turn?
That's at the end of your turn you roll. So you just take the 10 fire.
Okay. The White Knight is going to stand in front of the cherub to engage with it and hopefully block its line of sight with grounded work.
Yep.
And it is going to swing. That is a plus what to attack? Plus 12, so 22.
22 hits against AC, I'm assuming.
Yes, against AC.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Yeah, that takes that takes 20 damage.
20 damage. I mean, the White Knight is doing really good against this thing. Really good, yeah. Runs on in your summon made of pure mana, in this shape of Shay, runs in and smacks the cherub. The cherub is like this hulking battle suit.
I don't suppose the target is a demon or undead.
Not a demon or undead, no. No. It is a construct.
Okay. I only asked because if it's a demon or undead and I rolled an even, it becomes hampered till the next turn. So I have to ask.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's worth asking. Yeah. No, this one's a construct. Speaking of which, it is the cherub's turn. First of all, let's see which face is showing. 1.
Does cherub stand for something?
No, it's in all caps because it speaks in a very much "be not afraid" sort of voice at you.
Like Mort. Got it.
Yeah. And in fact, he's going to shout. He's going to shout, "Be not afraid!" And then this time, it doesn't get to pop free. So because the escalation die is odd, it doesn't get to pop free, and it is therefore going to attempt to disengage.
What's the disengage?
So a disengage, you attempt to pop free using your movement action. It becomes a save, and you get a -1 for each person you're engaged with. So currently -2. If you fail, you lose the movement action. You cannot move. You can't even choose to move and take an attack of opportunity. You are stuck there.
Such is the might of Bully Chesterton's skull on 2 tiny skeletal feet that you cannot fly over it.
Yeah. I also think it's a hard save, so I think it's a 15 up. No, it's a normal save, 11 up. Okay. But yeah, -1 penalty. Per,
-2.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, -2. Sorry, I was about to say -1 per thing, but yeah, -2. So let's see how it does. Oh, nat 1.
Nice.
So it's stuck there with the White Knight and the cherub. It can't move. So what it's going to do is it's going to make a ranged attack from within melee range of 2 creatures, which means you can both do attacks of opportunity.
Sure, why not?
Question, because I am very much in the doorway it could look through. Does whoever it's targeting get a bonus to AC?
No, you've got to be next to the wall. Oh, you are next to a wall, actually. Seras, you are next to a wall. that it's going to have to...
No, I'm asking because like the White Knight is quite literally like in the doorway it can look out of.
I would say not for the White Knight, not for engaged ones.
No, not for the White Knight, but for whoever it would be targeting past the White Knight.
No, not in that case.
Damn.
22 against AC.
22 hits.
That is 6 damage.
That is a 26.
A 26 also hits.
That's 20 damage.
20 damage. Good damage. That's good damage. So both of those attacks come in as it sort of fires up these blazing lances. It is targeting Seras, Grounded, Absolute, and Eros Mortem.
It should be said, when your knight did damage, Bully's going to assume like he did that. Because they both attack at the same time, like, oh, fantastic.
Actually, it's going for Bully, White Knight, Grounded, and Absolute, I think.
Ooh.
Bully, White Knight, and Grounded, and Absolute. I'm looking at its sort of vision range, and yeah, I think it's going for those. So against Bully,
does it take a penalty against
no
Bully,
penalty? The opportunity attack is the penalty.
Resisting Bully.
No, I'm asking because it's a ranged spell attack against a creature next to it.
Oh yeah, it's a -2. Sorry, yeah.
Resisting attacking Bully's target is a hard save.
So against Bully first. So this is against physical defense. That is a 24.
That'll hit.
Okay, it is a natural even hit, so the cherub's crit range increases by 1 against Bully. So note that down.
Okay.
It's also a natural 16 up, so Bully takes 10 ongoing fire damage. And 11 damage for the fun of it.
Okay, so that's going to be 11 and Bully is 22. Oh, that does literally half the health.
Yay! Hey, all you got to do is survive. Right, against the White Knight. Against the White Knight, that is 10 versus physical damage.
Nope.
So that's a miss. It has something you can do on a miss, but we'll just see what happens with Grounded first. So, first of all, let's roll a d10. And on a 1 and a 2, it doesn't hit at all. That's a 1. So
yeah,
blurs
it literally phases through Grounded.
And then the last one is against Absolute.
See, that blur spell's already coming in clutch.
Yeah, Absolute, that's a 27 versus physical defense.
Yeah, that hits. Just.
Okay, you take 11 fire damage.
Ouch.
And 10 ongoing fire damage. Your crit range is not increased, though, because it wasn't an even hit.
Okay.
Now, against the White Knight, it misses with the beam. The White Knight moves to the side, but where the White Knight moves to, the cherub teleports to, and then follows up with a jab with this spear. So, against AC 13.
Oh, that misses.
Miss. It then teleports to Grounded and tries the same.
Oh.
Its current face means it can do this an unlimited number of times, so it just does this each time it misses. Normally it's once per round. So that's what its current face does. I'm afraid that's a 9 on the D10, so it is going to be able to make this attack against Grounded's AC. We will see. That's a 15. That does not hit Grounded or walk. So, that's its moves. Wow. It did not do a lot of damage this time. Like, it did a fair bit of Bully, but a reasonable amount to Absolute, but not a ton, all told. We go to Storm. Storm, I need a death saving throw.
Quickly, it's on the Rebel. It has a minus penalty to its physical defense.
It's flying.
Damn it.
Damn it. Well, here we go.
Roll high.
Not quite high enough.
What do you mean?
Okay.
It's a 15 up.
Yeah, that was...
What do you mean?
Yeah.
No, it's 16 up.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Damn it, you were one off. Oh, that's
not
terrible.
quite high enough.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. 16 up, yeah.
We also did the last one wrong. I was meant to heal and then that's it. For a 16, like for a success. It's only on a critical success that you get your action.
Oh, yep, that's right.
Break.
You get up, but you get your action on the next turn normally if you roll a 16. Yeah, okay. Well, no luck there. That is a death save failure. The plus side is you get more death save failures in this game than you do in other systems, so you have got more time than you would normally. So yeah, you are still down, I'm afraid. While you're down and you're sort of you're feeling injured and you've got these burns, where does your mind go to?
Goes back to the incident. Yeah, to the time she was on the ship and the sky fell.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think about that for a little bit. Okay, it's the Midas's go. There's not that many of them left. That's annoying. They're going to pile in on grounded. Now, I will say, if you wish, I will say White Knight is able to intercept if you want.
Yeah, White Knight will intercept.
Okay, so to do an interception, you have to actually pass us a check to do this.
What check?
I'm looking it up because I thought I had it written down, but no. Oh, do you just do it? Okay, never mind.
I'd assume it just take the reaction equivalent. And I have to not be engaged, which I wasn't, because the cherub vanished.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Yeah, you intercept. Auto. So you're about there, presumably.
Aimbot.
Yeah, it just automatically happens. The only penalty is that you're usually attacked by the thing that you're intercepting. So yeah, the Midas come on in, and they are going to attack you. White Knight. So
22 AC.
Using their Midas coated fists. So 4 attacks versus AC. Okay, the first one is 21.
Fail.
Second one, 23.
Hit.
Okay. 1 point of damage because White Knight has only got 10 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Did White Knight not get gold when the escalation die went up?
It doesn't. It's not when the escalation die increases. It's only on the round increasing that you gain gold. That is a 28. So you're going to take 1 damage again. You're then going to take another damage and gain a 10 gold. If it hits you with a natural 16 up, you take an additional point of damage and gain 10 gold. As the Midas gold dust starts to spread from them to you. And then, was that the 4th one? Did I do 4 there? Was that 3?
That was 3.
That was 3. One more. Oh, that's terrible. That's a 14. So the last one misses. But they're all right there. I will say, just because White Knight is here, and it might apply, the Midas have vulnerability holy. Now, vulnerability in this does not mean you take double damage. What it means is your crit range is increased by 2. So you will crit on an 18, 19, or 20.
Ooh.
By the way, there are many abilities in 30H that increase crit range. They stack.
They sure are.
Okay, so these things can all stack. That's absolutely fine. You could have a crit range of 15 to 20 if you want. But yeah, that's the Midas's go. We go to the top of the round. And first of all, you better believe more Midas are coming in. These ones are coming in up here. Woo.
Rude. You're just doing that because that's where I took cover.
And the escalation die goes to 4.
Oh, we're nearly safe.
The escalation die goes to 4.
What do we have to get the escalation die to?
6.
6. Oh.
So you're getting close. They gain 10 mooks for whatever the escalation die is. So you're really lucky you skipped escalation die 2. And technically escalation die 3, because that I counted as happening after the reinforcements. Yeah. So that's all fun. Yeah, so does any high weirdness stuff happen, or are we all good?
No, we're still good.
We're still good? Okay. We go to Absolute. Yeah. Absolute, Storm is still on the deck. Making saves, Absolute, but you know.
Absolute's going to try and help her recover. So she's going to, I believe it's Wisdom, to stabilize someone.
Yeah. You can do a stabilize. You have all of the potions, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've got 1 potion left. Although apparently if I roll a 25 or higher, it becomes a quick action instead.
Okay. I mean, you can try to do it.
Or do I just want to go for the potion?
I mean, it's a standard skill check if you think you can do a 25 or higher. Remember, you add the escalation.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so it's a standard skill check, so I don't think I've really got anything in my backgrounds for this.
The difference is that stabilized is not up, but also not dying. Yeah.
You do continue making death saves, though, as you go on, but you don't take any new failures. It's just to give you the chance to heal up if you manage to get a 16 or higher.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'll just use the potion of healing.
Okay. Is the escalation die added to
it might not be
checks?
Actually added to skill checks now I think about it. I think it is just attacks.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is just attacks.
Yeah, so that's my that's the last of the healing potions.
Okay, so roll your healing plus 1d8.
Also, as my quick action, I'll take one of the potions of fortitude.
Good idea. So your save, you get +1 to saves.
Cool.
Yes, escalation die is just an attack bonus. Just to confirm.
Cool. It's 14 hit points each.
14 hit points. Okay, Storm is back with us. Very nice, Absolute. We go to Heros Mortem. The cherub's right there. How great is that?
It is.
Please do a lot of damage to a lot of minions.
And then
do you want me to do damage to the minions?
Don't look behind you. Don't look behind you, though.
Okay, do you want me to do something with the cherub or do damage to the minions?
I don't think
the thing is, I don't think
we just get the minions.
I don't think we're going to be killing this cherub.
We don't need to kill it, but I can do something that might make it want to not be right next to us.
I will say you're not far from staggering, which is the bloody term in this, the cherub. I'm quite impressed. However,
yeah, if those minions come in, they're going to swarm us.
There are a lot of minions on the board now.
Okay.
We're going to take hundreds of damage, and we're going to lose.
But if you do, if you are able to somehow stagger it, I could do a lot of damage on that.
You could, but the thing that I'm thinking of wouldn't be doing damage. So I am going to use Unholy Blast against the Midas.
Okay. What does Unholy Blast do? It sounds unholy.
Well, first I do an intelligence plus level versus their physical defense and add, what's the escalation die on?
4.
Okay, so that's going to be a plus 10 for 26.
Yeah, that hits.
And God, what is 4d6 plus
14.
Okay, so
46.
Okay, so that's going to be 14 plus intelligence. So that's 6. So that's going to be 20 negative energy damage.
Okay, kill 2 of them.
Choose going
two that you're going to kill.
Choose this one and this one.
Okay. Let me roll some saves. All right. Explodes. Gods. Explodes. Doesn't explode. Explodes. Explode. You would think I would have slightly better luck at rolling d20s. Nat 20. Good. Doesn't explode. Doesn't explode. Explodes. Doesn't explode. Okay, down to the other side. Doesn't explode. Doesn't explode. Hurrah! Saved. Oh, there's one more in the range. Explodes. Of course he does. Doesn't explode. Doesn't explode. Okay, good. Right, yeah. So you take out a fair few with that attack there. You take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mooks. 90 points of damage with that attack.
Yes, I lob a necromantic just projectile of energy towards the Midas on this side, and then some of it accidentally hits the building and topples over some rubble that falls on to the ones on the other side.
I like that. That's nice.
And then Bully.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Might as well.
Scuttles along.
Before he imminently dies.
You can't kill Bully. That's impossible.
27.
27 hits.
And then that's going to be 6 damage.
Okay.
And then Bully is going to take 10 damage.
And dies.
No, he's still got 1.
Wow. Time to make that save.
Yep. 17.
No longer burning. It's that burning skeleton with tiny legs.
I should have taken that save damage and save at the end of my turn.
Yes. Take that damage now and roll a save.
Yeah.
Don't you have resistance to fire?
No, I didn't take that tiefling racial power.
Wow. Okay. Well,
jeez,
that's on you.
State of the world these days when you're a tiefling and you don't have resistance to fire.
That one's on you.
Yeah.
So take 10 damage and roll a save.
Okay, save.
Just hanging on by sinewy thread. Bully Chesterton.
Save. Remind me, what's the saves again?
You want to get an 11 or higher on a d20,
okay.
unmodified.
12.
Great, which is actually a 13 for you because you took that other potion. So you have +1 on all your saves. So yeah, you're no longer burning either. You're all good.
Okay, cool.
All right, okay. Heroes Mortem, is that everything?
Yep, that's everything.
Okay, we go to Seras.
Okay. Seras is going to move closer to these Midas over on the left. And she is going to use her action to cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
So I roll a d4.
Yep.
I target 5 of them because it's 1d4 plus 1 targets.
Okay, 5 targets. Roll your attacks.
And this is a +6 modifier on it. So.
Okay.
First one, 21.
21 hits. I'll count the number of hits and then we can. Looking at damage.
Are they going to take
13.
damage for every hit?
Hits?
Yes. 13 hits? Nice.
Against physical defense, right?
Yes.
Yep, hits.
16.
Hits.
9.
Doesn't hit. The 9 doesn't hit. Are any of these even? Do you chain?
This does not.
This doesn't chain. Okay, so this doesn't have the sorcerer roll. I just thought I'd double check. Well, that's 3 times your damage. What is your damage?
Wait, I got one more roll.
Oh, yeah, one more, because it was 5, yeah.
22.
22 also hits. That's 4 times your damage.
Okay, what's half of 25? 13?
Half of 25 is 12.
112 damage total.
Sorry, what?
112 damage total. 25 per hit, and then on miss, it's exact damage.
Can you please take away 11 mooks?
Okay, so let's
I mean, there were 10 there. You could just get rid of all of those. And then you can take another one that just took a stray from it.
Back blast, I kill one of the ones behind me as well.
Yeah. Right, well, roll a save. Passes. Roll a save. Fails. When it pops.
Didn't want to hit at least one of them here.
Oh, I should have. Oh, well.
Hey, this is fantastic.
I like the idea of just like, because it is like a line thing, just like wiping out that entire alleyway worth of minions.
No, you just like the idea of Heros Mortem dying.
Don't we all?
You should be saying that as the GM.
Okay, and now it's the White Knight's turn because I didn't use my action.
Yep.
It moves on its own.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 2 on its action roll, so it's White Knight attacks the closest demon or undead, if any.
How convenient.
Oh yeah.
Bully Chesterton.
Nope.
You said these things were vulnerable to holy?
Oh yeah, no, the Midas are all undead. Yeah, they are vulnerable to holy. I forgot for a second. I was like, oh, it's Bully Chesterton.
You'd be describing them every time as golden zombies.
Yeah. So that means a 19, a natural 19 crits against.
Yeah, natural 19 crits, which does double damage.
Cool, that's 40 damage.
Well, that's all 4 of those Midas gone as well then. Pop, pop, pop. Please make me 4 saves.
My save is at... Sorry, give me a moment. I need to find where my save...
Well, you need to find the Knight saves. Oh no, they use your saves.
So White Knight does have access to lay on hands.
It does not use lay on hands though, because I don't control what it does.
Right, that's right. Yeah, that's what the D4 is.
The D6.
Sorry, D6. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the first one is a 10.
Okay.
A 24.
Okay.
24 again.
Okay.
And a 13.
Okay.
20 gold.
20 gold. You're going to take 2 damage, and that's it. Because you passed all bar 1.
Yeah, so the White Knight, because it's the 5th level version, has 95 health.
Wow. That is an absurd power. That's fantastic.
Like that's its starting health.
Yeah. That's great. Is it a daily to do this? Bring the White Knight out, or is it a more?
It would be a daily. It would be a daily, but because I took the adventure feat on Intense Bond, it's a recharge.
You've spent so many feats on beefing this one thing up. It's almost like the equivalent of like Eldritch Blast for you. This is the thing that you've increased the power of so much.
I spent 1 talent and 1 feat on this thing, and
worth it. That's fantastic. Well, that's its go. Anything else for you?
No, that's it.
Okay, it is the cherub's go. It is even escalation dice, so it pops free. Let's see what its face is. Its face. Ooh. Okay.
I don't like this.
It turns to the face of terror and it looks horrified. Everyone on the battlefield, if you have fewer than 18 hit points, you are afraid. When you are afraid, you take a -4 to your attacks and you cannot use the escalation die.
Ooh.
But that only applies when you're engaged with it. Okay? So that
engaged with the cherub specifically?
Specifically with the cherub. So
okay.
The fear aura sort of will hit, strictly speaking, only people who are directly engaged with it. So you're,
which in this case would be
grounded, bully, and probably White Knight is close enough.
I'm asking if grounded would be engaged with it, considering grounded's a non-combatant.
Strictly speaking, none of them are engaged with it because cherub is just pop free automatically. So yeah. In fact, yeah, cherub's going to move because cherub is a ranged creature. Its tag is archer. It is going to use its blazing lances. It is targeting this time Seras, the White Knight, because Jesus, that's terrifying. Grounded and Bully Chesterton.
Oh,
goodbye, Bully.
Doing a double take every time Nick says grounded.
So against
goodbye, Bully.
Against Seras, that is a natural 19. Have I increased my crit range against Seras yet?
No, you have not.
So that is not going to be a crit. You will take
Against
10 ongoing.
What?
This is against your physical defense.
Okay.
So you're going to
take that damage.
11 fire damage and 10 ongoing. Against the White Knight. Against the White Knight, that is a 21 versus
missed.
physical defense. That misses. Oh, that's the beauty of these spells. Against grounded, that is a 24 versus physical defense. Grounded is in the rubble, so -4 to physical defense. So that doesn't hit, only just. And then finally,
never mind. It doesn't matter.
Finally, against Bully, a natural 1. It's probably because Bully's such a small target. So boom, straight past.
Bully!
He opens his mouth to be like, ha! And then it just goes through like the hole.
It goes through the open mouth and misses.
Cherub is going to use the miss against White Knight to teleport to White Knight and do the follow-up attacks. This is against armor class. 18 versus armor class.
Yeah, that doesn't hit either.
Misses again. Terrible round for the Cherub, to be quite honest. Terrible round for the Cherub. We go to Storm. Storm, can you make me... Oh, no, you don't need to make me a death saving. You've just been potioned.
Yeah, I'm up.
You're up.
Storm, finish the job.
Kill this Cherub.
Yeah. And so in order to kill this
do 100 damage.
I use my... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I'm going to rally.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you rally.
Take a moment to duck behind this wall.
Yeah. Okay.
Heroically. Yeah. And patch my wings. Yeah.
Out of interest, Nick, did the cherub roll a natural 1 to 5?
Yes. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Have you got some sort of racial power that is going to make me very upset?
Curse of Chaos, racial power. Once per battle as a free action, when a nearby enemy rolls a natural 1 to 5 on an attack or save, turn their roll into a natural 1 and improvise a further curse that shows how their attempt backfires horribly.
Ah! Well, curse it then. Curse this cherub. Destroy it. Well, not destroy it, but curse it. Yeah. Improvise a curse.
Okay, yep. So its attack roll against, shall we say, Bully was a natural 1. And let's see, how's the cherub gonna get cursed? Maybe one of its beams just bounces off a bit of rubble and hits it.
Its face becomes Bully Chesterton's face.
I like that. Yes.
Its face becomes Bully Chesterton's face. I will accept that curse. It no longer gains the benefit of the change face ability, so now the terror aura no longer applies to everyone. Because it has Bully Chesterton's face. It opens its mouth to shout, "Be not afraid," but it comes out weird. It's like, "Ha ha, be not afraid."
Well, he's just like,
this was Bully Chesterton when he was alive.
well, he's just like, I say this is a market improvement.
I'm so handsome now. Be not afraid. I'm Bully Cherubson. And okay,
I regret this.
Storm, please put an end to the cherub so that I don't have to do this.
No, that's my turn.
Okay, fair enough.
So
you
none of
Rally's,
your
Rally's
spells
action.
are quick actions?
Rally.
None of the ones I have access to right now.
Okay, the Midas are coming in. 1.
I don't
2.
suppose Bully can intercept.
Bully can't intercept those because Bully's behind you. Bully will be able to intercept maybe these. I will allow Bully to intercept these. So yeah, 1, dump. They're all running in, scrabbling at you. They're coated in this gold that has improved their armor a little bit, but not really that much. Okay, 2 attacks from the Midas against Heros Mortem. First one, natural 4. So that is a 14 versus your armor class.
That'll hit it.
Okay, how much gold have you got?
I've got 30 gold, I think.
3 damage.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Second attack, natural 5. Good God.
If it's
but that's a
15, it still hits.
Yeah, another 3 points of damage. But I don't get to give you extra gold for it. And then against Bully Chesterton, quite a lot of attacks. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. Right. What's Bully's AC?
Bully's AC is 19.
19. Miss. Hit.
Bully has
Hit.
1 HP. That hit's going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but they're still, yeah, all right. They all pile in and like, bump, 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 and Bully is like, remember Bully Chesterton! As he, I was going to say as he collapses to the ground with his arms up. One, he hasn't got any arms.
They just knock him off the feet and then he ends the back of my shoulder.
And the feet are just constantly going like.
Unlike these creatures, I shan't miss him.
Oh no, the head is still there. I just need to make him a new body.
Yeah, the head returns to Heros Mortem's back and goes, I heard that. You know, I don't like that one. You should let me bite them.
Oh, Bully, we'll need their help.
Fine, but then I get to bite her. All right, that is the woeful death of Bully Chesterton, but the Midas have all been intercepted for that. We go to the top of the round. We're on escalation 5. The combat is nearly at an end.
Yeah, so at the end of this round, combat ends.
Yep. At the end of this round, combat ends.
Hell yeah.
Okay. No point in gathering power then.
We also all get 10 gold.
You also all get 10 gold, and
yeah, we do.
baby.
Oh, good. Yes, good.
The Midas are here
good.
again.
How
This time,
lovely.
50 of them arrive. You are getting swarmed. Grounded even looks nervous now, and she's like muttering very quickly into her finger to Gargoyle on the other end. Come on, time to go.
Seras shouts at Grounded and gives a very familiar, Grounded, we need to get out of here.
I'm trying, Hannah. I'm trying. Seras, I'm trying. Gargoyle, get that airplane going now. All right, absolute. It's your turn.
Okay. I don't really have anything that can deal with the Midas, but absolute.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the genius strategy, Nick.
Try not hurting the ones.
Help.
Try not hurting the ones directly next to me.
Try hurting those. Just try hurting them.
Okay.
You know, easy. Roll a 20.
Remember, if you do get multiple of them, their chain reaction, like deleting one from each different group will do you much better than doing multiple in the one group.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying is, obviously, if I do as much damage to one of them as possible, I can potentially delete each group.
Essentially, if we're really lucky.
You do have to take nearby ones out normally with your spells. If they mention nearby targets, or like targets in a group, you've got to take out the group first before you go on. There was an update to targeting in one of the other new books that says, typically speaking, you shouldn't be plinging it across the fight unless your spell says you can do that. Some spells like magic missiles specifically are designed to do that. But I
mean, I'd say that like these 4 groups are within nearby range for you.
Yep. Is Heroes nearby me?
Yes, everyone is nearby you at the moment, position-wise.
Absolute looks at Heroes, smiles and said, "Oh, don't worry, Heroes. I have an idea."
Oh, no, I could even hear you saying it wrong in your mind. You see, it's Heros Mortem. 6 times a day.
Whatever. And she licks her finger and snaps it, and Heros bursts into flames.
Ah!
Continue.
Sinner's Pyre. Frequency, once per battle. Range, your one nearby ally. The target has resist fire 18 until the end of your next turn. Deal 3d8 plus charisma fire damage to all enemies engaged with the target. Until the end of your next turn, enemies who attack the target while engaged take 3d8 charisma fire damage.
So here's the thing about these zombies. The reason I asked you not to attack the ones next to me.
You're only going to have to worry about 2 of them, don't worry.
I have to worry. I don't have to worry about 2 zombies. I have to worry about 2 explosions.
This is amazing. Roll. Go for the attack. This is great. Kill Heros Mortem.
Okay. Wait, do you want me to roll damage or do you want me to just use average damage?
It's average damage, isn't it? Is there an attack involved or does it just happen?
It just happens.
Fantastic. What's the average damage?
3d8, so that is... What's 9 plus
13.
4? 13. 13 plus charisma, so 17.
17 to the 2, so 17 times 2 is 34. So you may please delete 3 mooks.
Okay. Doop.
Heros Mortem, can you please give me 2 saving throws?
Thanks.
You'll be fine.
17.
Good, success.
10.
10's a failure. You take 3 points of damage. 4 points now, because you've got 10 more gold.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me, is that fire damage?
No.
Oh. Sorry, I was being clever here.
Nope. It's not fire damage.
The only thing that's done fire damage so far is the ongoing that you can get hit by from the angel, and that's on even rolls, I think.
Okay.
It is untyped damage. If you need to type, it is metallic damage, which is not one that's in the book. Which is why it's untyped. Yeah. You still up, Heros?
Yep.
Fantastic. That's all we need. Anything else left to do? Oh?
Doesn't one exploded here, so...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Which one exploded? Can you just...
Okay. The one down there.
There was one here.
I'll start rolling some saves. We'll go to Heros Mortem while I roll some saves.
Yeah. Oh, Absolute says... Oh, you can thank me later, Heros.
I'll thank you now. Thanks. Now, let's see.
Awesome.
Yeah, I probably should take out
there we go. Bunch more one.
Some of these things. So I will use Chant of Endings again.
Mm-hmm.
And then escalation die is 4 or 5?
5 now.
Okay, that is 29.
29 definitely hits, yep.
That is going to be 17 damage.
Okay, take out 2 more mooks.
Okay. Let's take out 1 here, 1 here. I think the frequency is making some more of the building collapse.
I somehow passed all of those saves. The luck is finally back. We're here. It's time. Time to kill the Gilded Icons.
Well, I killed one of them down there again, so...
Oh no, I've just rolled like 8 saves. And all of them passed.
Yes, no, but then I killed 1 here and 1 here.
Yeah, 1 there and 1 there. And then I did 8 saves for the surrounding.
Okay, 8 saves for those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one wasn't close to anything.
Yeah.
All right, and then I am going to try and like wedge myself as like in front of grounded as I can.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Work.
You stand
Carry
there with like
right
one hit point left.
Excuse me, 2 hit points.
With 2 hit points left as the angelic battle suit bears down on Grounded of Walk. Seras, over to you. We're very close to the end now. You can do this. You just got to bring it home. You are muted at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. You're all good.
What Seras is going to do is Seras is going to use her rally to heal herself.
Mm-hmm.
And this activates my talent Life Bond. When I spend a recovery to heal, because I took the Adventurer feat, the first time I do so in battle, both me and the Aeon heal for the full amount that I roll.
Oh, that's cool.
Normally it would split whatever I rolled in half with my Aeon every time I rolled a recovery. But for the first time, we both get the full health.
That's really cool. That's cool as hell. So that the fact that you are so naturally bonded with the Aeons around you through that sort of raw manner, means that you heal together. That's awesome.
Oh, I love this. A 6, a 6, and a 5 for 17.
That's great.
So I heal 17. That'll put me up into hopefully survival range. And the Aeon also heals 17, which is a nice bonus.
Very good.
The
very
Aeon
good.
was not close to death, but
no, but still. Anything else?
That'll be Seras is going to attempt to take cover behind this wall.
Okay. Just the cherubs go.
No, it's not.
No, White Knight.
The White Knights go.
White Knight. Sorry.
I didn't use my action to command it, so it does its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 1. The White Knight protectively moves next to a random ally, granting it +2 bonus AC.
Okay, well, your choice of ally, I suppose, because Heros and Grounded are both right next to you.
I would choose Grounded.
I think the White Knight's going to choose Grounded. So Grounded now has +2 AC for the rest of this turn.
Okay.
We just have to... Grounded has to survive. That's the win condition here.
It's Cherubs go. Cherub does not get to pop free. It's an odd number on the escalation die. Cherub moves. Provoking an opportunity attack from Heros and the White Knight.
I mean, it's not going to be a good opportunity attack.
It's worth doing.
24.
Natural one.
Doesn't hit.
That's 20 more damage, please.
20 more damage. Congratulations, everyone. The cherub is staggered.
If we had one more round after this, I'd be able to use a daily spell to do 5d10 damage to it now that it's staggered.
But it's going to instead strike at you. So one against Heros Mortem, one against the White Knight, and two against Grounded. I almost said Grounded of York. Grounded of Walk.
Yep, remember, each of those attacks, 10% or 20% chance to miss.
Indeed. And
then
also,
she gets +2 AC.
Yeah. So against Heros Mortem with a -4 to physical defense because you are standing in the rubble.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 25.
Okay. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No?
Oh, well, it was worth a try, I suppose. Thank you for telling me it just didn't work.
Yes, that is a power that I have. Spirit form adventurer feat. Once per day, when you are targeted by an attack against AC or PD that doesn't deal force damage, decide that you will take no damage or any other effect from that attack.
Yep, you take no damage. Boom.
Amazing.
You just go, no, I won't actually. You briefly slip into the spirit realm, the ethereal, and you take no damage. Against the White Knight. Nat 20, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that hits.
So that is going to be 22 fire damage, and 20 ongoing fire damage. No, 10 ongoing fire damage, not 20.
Yeah, thankfully it healed that 17 earlier.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might be staggered.
The crit range is extended by 1, but that doesn't matter.
Maybe you should have cast a protective fire spell on the White Knight.
And then 2 attacks against Grounded Walk. So let's start with the D10s. First one, that's a 3, so it will still attack, and that is a 9. So both will attack, but we'll see. She's got a pretty high physical defense. 22 and 20, both of those actually miss. She's got quite a high physical defense, even with the -4, because that was all. That
would
was
only
deal.
actually be a -2 at this point.
-4 because she's on the rubble.
But another +2 because the White Knight's defending her.
Quite right. But nonetheless, misses. So that's a rough round for the cherub.
If it's physical defense, doesn't the White Knight only boost AC?
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. That's the cherub's go. Storm, there are so many Midas surrounding you, these gold-coated zombies moving towards you, coated in the same gold that is on your body. What are you going to do?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever you do, you're going to have to do something about most of them.
Yes. Okay. Storm's going to move kind of back around the wall again.
Okay.
So she can actually see the Midases.
Yep.
She was moving towards the cherub, but then saw they were all, there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be not afraid.
I need you to rename the cherub into Bully Cherubton.
I'm not afraid. I'm frustrated.
And so she goes to draw on her magic, and the 3 manifest.
Oh.
And fire off in a twisted beam over at this Midas.
So you draw on the power of the Dragon Mother.
Yes. Dragon Mother. There we go.
Yeah. Blast away. By the way, we've just gotten to this point. Very sorry, everyone. I completely forgot. We should have done icon relationship dice right at the beginning. It's all right. Keep going.
Oh,
yeah. We'll do that next time.
Just curious. How long does this curse last?
Which?
The one on the cherub.
I like to think it's permanent.
Yeah.
Just like it comes back in to the workshop. They're just checking them off, and it's like,
That's
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it just says improvise a curse, doesn't say anything else.
I'm gonna bite your face off. Okay, what happens? Let's go back to this blast from the Dragon Mother.
yeah, so I rolled a 15 to hit.
A 15 to hit.
Against
that will
physical
hit.
defense.
That will definitely hit. AC is almost always higher than the other 2 defenses. So yeah.
Yes. The actual roll was a 3, so that's a natural odd hit. So it deals 7 lightning damage to that Midas.
Okay.
But I get to roll another Twisted Beam attack.
Okay.
Against someone I haven't targeted, so I target this Midas.
Okay.
And that was a 19, which was another natural. Natural odd hit. So that also deals 7 damage. And then I target this one.
Okay.
That was a nat 20.
So that does 14 damage.
So, yes. Want to roll that one?
Oh, no, you do roll that one. Yeah, do feel free to roll that one.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's only when I crit that I just double the damage.
So that's 66 plus 7. So that one's your natural even hit. So this one deals 32 fire damage.
Okay, we're at 46.
46?
46 so far.
46. Yeah. But that one doesn't change because it was even. So.
Okay, so it's a total of 46 damage. Please take off 5 zombies of your choice from that group. And I'll start rolling some saves for the others because I'm pretty sure they're all covered in it.
And yeah, the ones that I attacked.
2 passes.
And
2 failures. And a failure. So 3 more fail. 1, 2, 3. And 2 are left. Move that one back on the road. There we go. So yeah, you blast out this raw elemental magic, and 4 of them are struck by these beams and die, but then they explode, taking out a few more around them as well. Beautiful.
Yep. How does ongoing damage work on mobs?
It usually doesn't work if the mob you would apply it to has died. So it goes away.
That makes sense.
It doesn't work great on mobs in general, but it's fantastic against other enemies. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
You know, now that the cherub is fully cherubton, that face on its token looks a lot more smug.
It
does, doesn't it?
Actually, wait, something does happen.
Oh?
I have to draw my new spells. So, new high weirdness. Each creature in the battle taking ongoing damage immediately takes that damage. Then all ongoing damage effects end.
Is anyone taking ongoing damage at the moment? The White Knight?
Nope.
Yeah, that's 20 damage. Congratulations, White Knight is staggered.
White Knight is staggered, but and that clears the ongoing damage, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, ongoing damage is cleared. Cool.
Nick, question.
Uh-huh.
Are these Midases now engaged with me?
They sure are.
Cool.
And are these ones engaged with me?
They sure are.
Cool.
As they close in on absolutes, she rolls her eyes. And one of them just starts freezing.
Oh.
This is Splash Freeze, which has the special effect I can cast this spell at any time during the battle, even on an enemy's turn.
Ooh, okay. So what's the effect?
Okay, so charisma plus level versus physical defense. And it's it's some damage and also an effect on a natural even.
Okay.
Let's just roll that. That is an 8 for a total of 15. And also, so it's a natural even. So that is 3d6, so that plus charisma, so that is 14 cold.
14 cold, okay, so that's 1 dead mook.
And I guess this wouldn't matter anyway, but the target's also dazed.
No, because it's dead, it doesn't apply. Okay, let's do some saves. Can I get one from you, Absolute?
Certainly.
That one succeeds. That one succeeds. That
right,
one
so this
succeeds.
is just a natural roll then.
Yeah.
I'll say
17.
17. Success. Can you make me another one, please? Because another one's just died.
Yep, cool.
And then success.
8.
8. Okay, how much gold you got?
Oh dear.
40.
80.
80.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you take 8
much
points of
familiar.
damage.
Okay, is that enough to drop me? Yep, that drops. Wait, no, that's my recoveries. I'm still up.
You're still up. Okay. Take 8 points of damage. Good. So what happens from Storm? You were talking about something happens when you're engaged.
Yeah, so Storm's currently just a little bit on fire, but just like a little bit. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
But all of the Midases that engage her take 2 fire damage.
2 fire damage. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have engaged. That's 12. So you may kill another one.
That one.
Okay.
Absolute. What was that fire thing? In terms of
any enemy that attacks you just immediately takes 3d8 plus charisma fire damage.
This isn't going to bode well for anyone here.
That's 17 for the record.
Seras and Storm, can you make me another save?
12.
12, you're good.
8.
8. How much gold you got?
Too much.
You should have 40.
I'm at 70 now, I think, actually.
How do you have that much? Only 4 rounds have passed.
Because we started with some.
Yeah, there were times when I gave out money during the skill challenge.
Right.
Okay, you take 7 points of damage. All right, attacks now. Should we start with Heros Mortem?
Yeah.
You're going to take 5 attacks. What happens when you're attacked?
Each
88
attack
plus
takes
charisma,
17
each
fire.
Each
Yeah.
one takes 17. So 5 times 17. Has anyone got a calculator? That's like, it's 50 plus 5 times 7, which is 35.
If they-
85 damage.
78. 78.
78. How did I get that so wrong? 78 damage. So, Heros, let's kill 7 mooks, please. 8, actually. 8 mooks.
Okay, and I'm going to need to make 8 saving throws.
At least.
I believe in you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, make me 8 saving throws, please, and I'm going to make some for grounded.
Time to die. 19. 8. That's it. We don't need to roll anymore on that. We know what
You've
happens.
dropped. Well, if you go to -half, you die permanently. So keep going.
Yeah, okay, so that's going to be -8 because now I've got Bully with me. 7.
Okay.
That's another -8.
I'm really
18.
sorry about this, Pixel.
18's a pass, of course.
9. Another
That's okay,
-8.
yeah. Another -8.
Okay, and then there's 3 more, I think.
Yeah, 3 more.
11.
11's a pass.
18.
Pass.
10.
Failure. It's another -8.
Yeah, okay, so
What is half your health?
half my health is 15. I'm at -30.
Heros Mortem, you're dying again, are you?
I mean, it'll take me a while.
It will take you a while. Heros Mortem hits the deck as these explosions pop around. Grounded's actually passed most of them, which is great because she's rich. Final attacks coming in.
What was Absolute's quote? You can thank me later.
Yep.
Oops.
Okay, none of those are going to
As a
hit.
character, I'm really, really sorry, Pixel.
None of those are going to hit. Oh my god, really?
Don't worry about it. Necromancers are cool this way.
I can't get above a 14 AC against the White Knight at the moment, it seems. One hit, probably, with a 27.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, 1 damage for every gold you have.
4.
And you gain 10 gold.
Oh, yeah.
That was absurdly low number. And then a grounded is getting some actual attacks. That's going to be 2 of them. Let's roll the d10. 1 and 9. So 1 attack coming through. And that's a natural 19. So grounded takes 50 points of damage and gains 10 gold.
50?
Yeah. She's a high-level adventurer. She's rich. Yeah. She's got 500 gold on her. Who doesn't? She has got a lot of hit points as well, I might add. So she's actually okay. She has not taken more than 100 in this combat.
Why would she be carrying any gold? I mean, to be fair, should she be carrying plasma pieces?
You shut up. We get to the end of combat. Everyone has been attacked. Mortem has died. The air crackles around you as Gargoyle's airplane activates and pulls all of you warping towards grounded and then through a hole in space itself. And you land in a magic circle of sorts. It's much more technological than magic. It's much more refined than the last one described on the Guild of Icons, as Gargoyle has had a good 50 years to work on this. But stood there...
If it means anything, the White Knight will, as the teleport's happening, grab Mortis's corpse.
Oh, Heros is coming.
Okay.
Is part of the transportation, the airplane. Yeah. And arrives in this hallway, this underground hallway. It's dark, but there are candles lit on the sides, and you can see various portraits of people you don't really recognize. A lot of them have long flowing white beards and that sort of thing. You see a name plaque, for example, that says Reginald Strode. And you stepping towards you with a footstep and then a clunk of metal is still a young looking woman with a big hat. One leg is clearly missing and has been replaced with a metallic prosthetic that Gargoyle has made her. She walks up to you and she says, "Listen, usually you have to do a training mission before you sign up proper. Times are, let's just say they're a little different. This isn't the only crisis going on right now. We are spread thin. Most of the guild houses are destroyed. This is the only thing we got left. Grounded and I and Gargoyle were trying to find the source of this and put a stop to it. But there's too many fires to put out, so we need your help. We got scouts out in the field. They've just come back, actually. And in walk 5 harpies. And they're wearing scout armor with a guild badge on it, with the names Leo, Theo, Cleo, Neo, and Quark. And they walk in. Yes. They walk in and they all salute with their wings and so we've got some info. The Midas is controlled. It's some sort of fragment of dust in the air, but there's a controller, there's a central controller, and we think it's House Maelstrom. And they hold up this flag that they have, and it's the same flag you saw on the chest of the cherub, this blue triangle with a red star in it. They're controlling this, they're making it spread. We need to put a stop to that before we can even face the castle.
I'm sorry, this is going a bit fast. Castle? Cherub? Midas? What?
I'll be quite honest. Last time I checked, I was dead. as a military checkpoint. You know anything about that?
Ayo looks at you, tilts head slightly and goes, No, I don't know anything about that at all.
Wait, didn't I meant to try you at one point?
You're trying me now. Listen. I like you all. You're great. I think you'll be great as part of the guild, but I'm going to be honest, I am only hiring you because I need more people.
Clearly, you're rather desperate. Absolute gestures to the corpse.
You could say that. You could say that. We'll sort that out. Don't worry. Look. I don't care how you do it, but I need you to take out this house maelstrom. All right. Debrief with the harpies. Choose a target and go out and kill them.
If people need help, then I'm duty bound to help them. And Seras walks up to the guildmaster, puts out her hand. The name's Seras. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Ayo Dunwich. And someone rushes in. Like it's like a triage team rushes in and brings Heros Mortem back to health. And then rushes back out.
Oh my. I'm quite glad that they thought to try and bring me back. They may have thought that I was just a regular corpse. Which I suppose I was for a second.
I do apologize for the slight miscalculation.
Oh, it's fine. Sometimes skeletal beings get set on fire. Isn't that right, Bully?
You can catch up later. I have 8 more meetings just today. All right. Look, draw up a plan, talk to the harpies, get some info, work out where you're going to strike next, and do it. You don't need to ask me. Head to the vault and pick out something nice. All right. I'm sorry about the quartermaster. Okay. But we take who we can get right now. Then get back here so Gargoyle can send you out again. All right. No rest for the wicked. Even me. Oh, I almost forgot. Welcome to the Guild of Icons. Don't ask about the pay until the job's done.
Well, I've agreed to nothing.
Yeah. Sure. Try getting out of here without my help. And she walks off. Welcome to Cantlore, the secret underground base of the Guild of Icons.
Oh, so I'm never leaving. Got it.
6 to 8 sessions in Cantlore. I got you again.
2 more years.
So just before we end, you walk down to the armory. There are signs everywhere. Grounded sort of takes you half the way and says it's just down there. Don't mind me. I got to go talk to Gargoyle. You walk down and there's a little desk, and there's a woman in her mid-50s greets you, and she's wearing a name badge that says Guild of Icons and then Sailor underneath, and says, yeah, okay. Adventurers, new, right? You're going to need some magic. We've got some. We've been digging the ruins for the last 10 years or so, so we got some stuff. Come in and have a look, I guess. But don't worry. What my job is I'm going to take your equipment and I'm going to make it better at beating angels. Okay, like I'll take what you've got and I will upgrade it however I can. I'll improve it. You know, I know my way around magic stuff. It's going to be great. So yeah, have fun. Go get something really cool. We got so much cool stuff back there. It's going to be great. And you can see that she's got this sort of metallic sort of ram by her side at the time. That she's sort of just like nonchalantly just like petting it slightly. It's sort of there for emotional support, if anything. Welcome, I guess. I'm Sailor. What are your names? Sorry. This is like the 3rd group that have come in and have been deputized.
For the 7th time today. I am Eros Mortem, noble necromancer.
Enough about that. I'm Seras.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sel. Wait. Hannah?
You are the second person today who is Hannah.
It's a long story. Maybe we should talk about it over tea or something. Surprised AO didn't say anything.
AO goes into private to freak.
Yeah, she's got a private room. She's just screaming into a jar.
There's a few of them lined up. It's been a very stressful few years.
And yeah, she goes, so Seras, Heros Mortem, who are you two?
Absolute, Clatcher, Spellrit. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Clatcher, I know that name. Designed the sewers in Korakii. I studied them for a while.
Oh, yes, my uncle.
Yeah. He did really good work. And your aunt, actually built them, so I kind of care about that more, but...
Quite. And my nibbling, of course, who, well, I don't know what became of them.
I don't know
a few years.
that well, I'm afraid. I think Gargoyle might have mentioned him a couple of times. Maybe ask Gargoyle. And you, what's your name?
Storm.
Great name. I love storms. Well,
I did too.
I didn't as a kid that much, but I love them now.
And not to be pedantic, 8th time, just so you know, Heros Mortem.
Heroes Mortem.
9th time, Heros Mortem.
Great. Sorry, I'm taking up all your time. You gotta go get your magic items and then get debriefed, right? So yeah, head on in.
We head on in.
Yeah, and you open the door into the quartermaster's room, into the vault, and you can see that there are beautiful pieces of armor, beautiful mechanical things that Sailor has made, swords and wands and staves that have been excavated from the ruins of Cantlore. And you remember AO saying sorry about the quartermaster? And that's because Sailor's name badge said Sailor Technician. And you're walking in, and a small goblin with white, flowing hair walks around the corner and goes, "Darlings!" And that's where we're ending for today.
Why, Nick? Why would you do this to us?
Beautiful.
Just so you know, for this, what I will do is I will allow you to pick any magic item that is on the adventurer's tier in any of the sort of major release books. I'll let you see what those are. You can just pick one of those for your character. That is your reward for completing this session. And Heros Mortem, just so you know, that revival is once only per person, so you've used yours.
Sorry again.
I believe absolute use mine.
AO's
on my behalf.
Yeah, well done, everyone. I think you all played really well, especially because, this is a thing we've only done one game of before.
I've done 0.
Yeah.
You've done 0 pixels, so you picked it up real quick. I think you all did really well. So for those watching at home, the game is 13th Age by Pelgrane I can't say it. Pelgrane Press. Second edition is coming very soon, but first edition is pretty cool. I think I'm a big fan of it. I will say also that that thing you beat there, the cherub that you probably could have killed if it weren't for the Midas.
Bully Cherubton.
Bully Cherubton, it was a 4th level triple strength creature, so it's worth 3 4th level players.
To be fair, we did have a 5th level creature beating on it.
You had it, yeah, you did. But that's a real. Speaking of which, by the way, we're gonna after we end, we're gonna roll your recharges and see what comes back. Obviously, we've done Seras's one, but we'll roll everyone's recharges and we'll cover things like that. And the other thing everyone needs to know is you're all getting a level up right now.
Ah, sweet.
Hey,
It's going to be great. We're going one level up each time.
like
So, yeah.
a full level up. Nice.
Full level up. Yeah, quite a big advance coming in. So, thank you all for playing. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Bye-bye.
Nine.
It wasn't a business.
All right. So I'm now still talking, but I'm audible to both people. That's weird. I should probably mute myself. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm still not muted because there we go. Right, success. Okay. Yeah, this has been fantastic. It's always a bit more risky when you're starting a new game, but I think that went wonderfully. Huge thank you to all of you for watching and for everyone who got involved on this, and to all of the supporters who fund all of this. So a huge thank you to Ikifu, to Talia May, to Willow, to Alwyven, to Ben Newman, to Bringing the Revolution, to Catbat, to NeoGets, to 8-Bit Goggles, to Aeon, to Born Typing, to Craig Perko, to Crimson Hail, to Envis, to Max Magana, to Summer B, and to Terran Jokes. You can get your name there at ko-fi.com/HisCursedness. I'll see you all soon. Good night.